And we're live. We are live, or at least we should be. Let's do a quick little test there, people. You know how we do. Especially now that we haven't done one here in a long time. Let's do a quick little test there, people. You know how we do. Yes, all good. We're live. Happy days. Haven't done one here in a while, people. Haven't done one here in a while. I've been mainly using the home studio in London, which has been seamless when the Wi-Fi is, worked for lives. Whereas here, the Wi-Fi is a lot better, but I don't have all my equipment. So we have the backup equipment. We have the Rode mic and we have the massive tripod. We don't have that. We've a little bit. And we don't have the studio lighting, here. But it's one time. It's Easter. And it's Chisora Wilder. That's the main thing. And it's Chisora Wilder. Seeing both of them walk into the O2, it was nothing but a good thing. It kind of got me a little bit more amped for this fight. Because I gotta say, it has had a weird vibe, loud and clear. Thank you. One of the good things about doing it here is I have to have the camera forward facing, right? I have to have the camera forward facing. So it means I can actually push the comments, whereas I have to keep looking at the laptop. Because if you ever notice me when I do the watch-alongs in my flat back in London, I don't look at the camera as much because I have the camera here, there, and I have the laptop there with all the questions on it. So I'm constantly looking at the laptop for the questions. So yeah, being home back in Dublin, it is nice. It's nice to be home. It's quiet here. It's very quiet here. And I kind of need that. When you're in a city, it can get loud. It can get flipping loud. So when I get home, it's nice. It's nice. It's nice to be home. It is nice to be home. And just as I said, out of the city and out in the country, out in the quiet country, out in the quiet, quiet country, where nothing exciting happens, but we kind of like that. I kind of like that. I do. I got to admit, I kind of like that. And I'm just making sure because it's easier doing it. Ooh, don't want to do that. I think I've definitely don't want to be doing that. Where's the layout? Okay. I know people like it when I bring the comments up. Uh-oh. I won't be doing that this stream. Give me a sec. Hmm. There we go. That should have fixed that. All right, let me know if that still sounds good. Because that was you know what? When I use the laptop back in London, it doesn't, I can do it seamlessly. You don't know I've got two things going on. You don't know I've got two things going at the same time. That's why I can just pop the chats up. I just have to reach for all the chats on this one, and it ain't gonna let me do it. It ain't gonna let me do it. So I'll have to read them on the YT account. I was trying to do it on StreamYard, but I haven't been here in a while, people. You'll forgive me on this occasion. I haven't done it here in a long ass time, so I'm a bit rusty with how to set it up properly on here. Just let me have a quick listen. So I'm a bit rusty. There we go. We're good. So who's in the building? Who's in the building? We've got Alistair. We've got Fracture. Big up to you. Iron Ryan. Big up to Niall O'Connor every time. Adam, how are you, my friend? It's the old couch. It is the old couch, isn't it? It's actually quite comfy, believe it or not. It's actually quite comfy couch. The one I have in my flat, which you guys would have only probably seen once. I think I only showed you guys that once. That's a fold-out bed as well. That's not my bed. Obviously, I've got a bedroom there. The couch in London is not too bad. This one's nicer. This one is comfier. I will say that. I've been to both, and I can tell you now it's comfier. Yes, Liam Manchester in the house. That's from 4QQ. I'm glad to hear that. G-Day from Australia. It's 5:53 in the morning. Wow. That is dedication. Damn, that is actually dedication. I will give you that, man. Have you ever wanted to holiday here? Right. I'm sure Australia is lovely. Right. I'm sure it is. But I'll be frank, man, I have never been tempted to go Australia, not even for a holiday. I truthfully never been tempted to go Australia, not even for a holiday. It just never appealed to me. It never did. And I think mainly it's because of how far it is and how much, if you think about it like this, right? I'd love to go to Florida, right, for a holiday, right? Florida is what, a 7, 8 hour flight? and it's direct. It's not direct to Australia. And yeah, I personally wouldn't do it. That's a variety of reasons. RVD, big up to you. Can't beat no people. How much is a Guinness these days in Dublin? I don't know. I haven't bought any Guinness. Like I got back on Wednesday morning, and I haven't. Like I don't really like when I'm in Dublin. I don't really go out that much. I go out to see friends. Like I'm going out to see my friend tomorrow. But I'd go to their house and we just have a cup of tea. Yeah, well, it's the height of it, isn't it? So I don't know how much a Guinness is in Dublin, to be honest with you. Big up to Lucas. What's good, Liam? All respect from you. I'm a big fan. Thanking you, my friend. What round are we saying? For the main event, this is actually quite good little scrap on screen here. The Denzel Bentley fight. It's actually pretty interesting. Stormy in Manchester. Yeah, I don't know if you can hear it, but it's windy as hell outside. So you're probably going to hear like wind blowing. Going for Derek. And you spelled Derek the proper Irish way there as well, man. Going for, excuse me, Derek, round 10. Storm Dave, yeah. Yeah, that's what they. I like it when they give them really weird names. It's always funny. Oh, there's that. That's an old school sub if he's quoting Where's the Pee Bottle. For those who don't know, I don't think I've ever used that intro. I think whenever I've gone back and given Tyen Boot 5 minutes of, fame on this channel, and I've used the old intros, which I still have them all. I've never used the pee bottle one. I think it's either just he's got the bag or whatever it is. I don't think I've ever used the pee bottle one since I stopped using Boot in the intros years ago. But yes, if you remember the pee bottle, then you know. Remember he drank out of the pee bottle by mistake once. Big up to Umar. And Ben is back in Malahide for Easter. Man, with great minds think alike, man. That was my, although I'm in Swords, I'm not a million miles away from Malahide. But yeah, great minds think alike. Big holidays, whether it's Easter or Christmas and something like that, I like to get back to Dublin first. Because quite frankly, right now, I'm so settled in London that I don't, not that I don't want to come home, but I don't feel the need to as much these days, just because I'm so settled there. I'm just used to everything, and there's so much stuff going on and other stuff that I'm hoping maybe next week I can fill you in on what's coming up, because we're actually filming the first show. We're filming the first, I'm hoping to tell you guys what it is. I'm hoping I'm giving the green light, but we're filming our first show on April the 13th. Yes, after Fury versus Makhmedov. And I really want to tell you guys, for the simple reason I want you guys to watch it as well. So I'm going to be plugging the you-know-what out of it as well. So there you go. There's a little bit of a hint there. I think Chisora might win early. Mine's a protein shake. Oh, my Saturday fuel is in a Moretti glass water. That's my Saturday night fuel. It was sparkling water last weekend. This time it's plain water. And where are we going? Chisora on points. What about Allen versus El Animal? I mean, I just think that's a mismatch. I really do. I can't see how Dave Allen wins even a round in that fight, much less wins the fight. I just can't. You wouldn't go if you were offered to see. Oh, you wouldn't go if you were offered to see Shakur fight live or something. It would depend. Like, would I like if they offered me if they pay for flights and accommodation? Yeah, yeah, I would. I would. Fuck. Well, I almost swore there, but I don't think it came. But like, if someone said like the zone said like, oh, we're going to pay for you to fly out. I'd do a review of it. I'd be like, yeah, hell yeah. Why not? But I wouldn't voluntarily go. I wouldn't put money out of my pocket to go and see Shakur Stevenson fight live. No, I wouldn't. Thoughts on the Ben situation? Yeah, it's listen, I didn't get a chance to do a video talking about it today, and I will do probably one tomorrow. Because I feel like it warrants that. It's cringe. And Denzel Bentley is giving this guy a shellacking. He's hurt. He's going down. He's going down. Oh, he's done. Referee. Yeah, there we go. Referee. That's a good stoppage. That's a good stoppage. Yeah, he's done. Bentley is impressive as hell. He'll be world champion now, because by right they should be stripping Janibek. So that should make Denzel Bentley world champion. Absolutely. That was very good. That was a very good performance by Denzel Bentley. I'm not making any accusations, right? I'm not. But I wholeheartedly, how do I say it without making it sound like an accusation? I don't think Felix Cash was legit when they fought. because Denzel Bentley has proven himself to be a much better fighter than Felix Cash, even though he lost to him. And Felix Cash has never looked that good before or since. So that fight was for 5 years ago. And it was at a time when boxing was behind closed doors. They were testing, but they weren't testing for PEDs. They were testing for something else. I'm convinced he wasn't legit in that fight. I'm convinced he was never legit in that fight. Denzel Bentley just stopped him in 6 rounds. It's a good stoppage by the referee as well. Good stoppage. He has been an amazing fighter. I like Denzel Bentley as a person as well. He seems a cool. I never met him, but he seems a cool guy. And I do wish him well. I always wish him well. I actually picked him to beat Felix Cash. I really was. I still am to this day surprised of the result of that fight. I don't believe. I personally, right? It's not me making an accusation or anything like that, but I don't believe Cash was legit in that fight. I don't. I really don't. I think that his subsequent performances certainly proved that to me. And Luca 99191, big up for the £2. Wilder was bugging it in that press conference. Mate, I'm gonna be honest, I couldn't watch that press conference. It wasn't just me, it was other people as well. We were kind of messaging saying this is cringe. Like, I think the whole, you see, Misfits as a promotional company, when they do the YouTuber fights and stuff like that, they're a bit wild and stuff like that, and that's kind of part and parcel with it. When they're trying to bring in, it's not like that, but when they're bringing like some of the, like, I hate that word influencers, because what are they really going to influence you on? But when they're bringing people in who've no boxing background or whatever or anything, and it's embarrassing, some of the things that are being, it's just like, really, like, I always go back to boxing being a very masculine type sport. You know, that's not to say plenty of women like boxing and they're in the same bracket as me, in the sense of it's a real, especially on fight week, you fighters making weight, you fighters in the zone, don't mess with the fighters. Don't do stupid things with the fighters and ask them stupid questions. And that seems like all we got. Not from the main, IFLs, ring magazines, etc. No, but a lot of others, unfortunately. Unfortunately. Blimey. Oh yeah, the Ben situation. Yeah, I think it's just embarrassing. I think it's cringe. I think that, like, Conor Ben is nearly 30 years old, and this is a guy who's all like, I want Rolls Royces, I want this house, and I've never seen entitlement like Conor Ben. I really haven't. And I talked about enablers before. Eddie Hearn is a quintessential enabler. It's just really been it's a joke. It's a joke. Are you gonna do a live for Fury? Oh yeah, I'm back in London for that. So be doing a live watch along 100% for that one. That one is easy. It seems Luke Partridge's fanboys have gone missing. Don't see them that often. Yeah, I've been quite lucky with the Partridge fanboys. They kind of hit their peak in the second Usyk fight. Well, really, the worst I got from the Partridge fans was when he was ducking Usyk 3 years ago. That's when I was getting just non-stop Partridge fanboys left, right, and center. They really all stopped and went quiet once he lost to Alexander Usyk the second time. There was the odd one that turned up. I remember there was a Partridge fanboy, and just because someone called him Partridge, I'll say it for now, right? There was a Partridge fanboy who left one of the most bizarre messages I ever seen on this channel, where he was basically saying, right, that me and Ade had beef, right? And this was literally the week we started at ANG, man, where he was saying that I was such a hater for Fury, even someone like Ade has seen through me and this, that, and the other. And I was like, we're literally getting ready to start a show together. It's like, wow, these people just. So I'm not complaining that they've gone quiet. I mean, like, the Wilder fanboys were funny. Like, you didn't take them serious, and it was just funny. Whereas the Fury fanboys, they really are, like, they're the worst. They're the worst. Like, AJ fanboys, some of them could be a little bit annoying at times, yeah. But for the most part, they weren't that bad, like, really. And I never really needed to criticize AJ that much, really. Never really needed to criticize him, the odd time, like with the Usyk situation in the second fight. But I've never really needed to criticize him, really. I've always said that I don't think he beat Usyk and people like that, but that's an opinion. I think it's an opinion shared by most. But the Fury fanboys are definitely the worst. The worst I've ever encountered personally. They really are cut from something else. They really are. What are you drinking tonight? G Money, cranberry juice? No, actually, I should have bought some cranberry juice. Actually, I'm regretting doing that now. I do love cranberry juice. It's probably one of my favorite just drinks in general. Never mind, alcohol. I love a bit of cranberry juice. Just tastes so nice. It's just really, really good. Good payday for Dave Allen. Yeah, but Dave Allen just gets battered. Yeah, you see, and Ben says that I'm very concerned for Allen's health. It's irresponsible. But it is, because Allen is too tough for his own good. And someone like Hrgovic doesn't hit hard enough to knock him down or knock him out, but he will give him the mother of all beatings. And I just hope that the team on hand are there and willing to act. And I hope the referee is willing to act when we see the inevitable happening. That he's not going to win this fight. He's going to take a beating, and none of us want to see him get hurt. I will say this till I'm blue in the face. No matter who the fighter is, whether I like them or dislike them, I do not want to see him get hurt. If they get knocked out, they get knocked out, so long as they get back up. Do not want to see a fighter get hurt and left with damage. I've seen it, unfortunately. I remember when I watched Edward Goodneck versus George Groves. I remember that fight. It was on Channel 5. I remember watching it live, just thinking, I hope he's going to be okay. Because midway through the fight, he was blinking, not just blinking, real kind of worryingly. And I was like, oh, I hope this guy is going to be okay. So when I woke up in the middle of the night, actually, and just happened to look online at the times 10 years ago now, and just see that, he was in a bad way, I was like, well, I'm not surprised, unfortunately. It's not nice when you're seeing it happen. And again, I worry for Dave Allen, because he's taken beatings, big beatings in his career. And, it's one thing to say, well, I'll try hard, this and this, that, and the other. It's like, yeah, but there's levels in boxing. If it was as easy as getting in shape, everyone could do it. Someone like Hrgovic is not like a Makhmadov. He does everything apart from punch better. And yeah, I think it's bad matchmaking. I really do. Denzel's been, he always has been, man. G-Man, have you seen or did you see that Wilder was on Traitors US season 2, and he accused the faithful of being a traitor? And Wilder had a break. No, I didn't see, I didn't see that. Do you know what, Adam, mate? I actually did. When they announced Tommy Fury versus Eddie Hall, that was last Friday. And I actually started recording the video. And this very seldom happens, but I think I got 2 minutes in, and I even just was like, I can't. I just don't even want to talk about it. So I made an attempt to talk about it, and I was just like, no, it's not interesting me. I knew it would probably do views, but I was just like, I can't. What's the point? I'm talking about two guys where I just do not give a damn. I might closer to it, maybe, but for now, nah, not right now. Yeah, the Usyk Verhoeven card isn't that bad at all. It's not a bad card at all. It's quite good. By the way, there's 115 in the building. I've gone nearly 20 minutes without asking. If you could hit the like button, hit subscribe, I'd really appreciate that. We currently have 25 likes. Currently only have 25 likes. Just saying. Just saying. Just saying. James Jemison, hello Liam, formerly known as G-Man. There you go. The artist formerly known as G-Man. The content creator formerly known as G-Man. Just on here. Although saying that, whenever I met people in real life, and obviously people who watch the channel, I always used to find it weird, because it'd be like G-Man, and I'd look, obviously, because no one else, it's not else going to be called G-Man at a tube station, seriously. But it was always like, I wish you'd call me Liam. And I'd always correct someone, whoever I'd meet, I'd be always like, please, it's Liam. Please call me Liam. I always say that. I always would like, please call me Liam. I don't mind calling me G-Man. I don't mind it, but we're Liam on here. We're Liam on here. Why did Eddie Hearn give him money for a Rolls Royce, though? I mean, your guess is as good as mine on that one. Again, I get the impression Eddie Hearn thought he'd make more money out of Conor Benn, and Conor Benn would be faithful. Ha 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 ha. When someone behaves the way Conor Benn behaves, what do you expect out of them? Seriously. And I'm sure he just thought, I'll make money in the long run. Well, how did that work for you? Did you see his interview? Yeah. I mean, it's crazy. Alan's a celebrity journeyman. Yeah, I saw Hatman's video on that, and we're in the era of celebrity. I don't want to sound bitter, because I'm not. But it's we right now, right? And I've felt this for a few years now, right? We're kind of in an era, not even just in sport in general, where like we give people opportunities they don't deserve based upon like stuff that means F all. Like, I, I'm just trying to think, like, we're given, like, I'll give you an example, right? There are so many good pundits out there, so many good people who were involved in media, male and female, who really struggle to get anywhere in media, whether it's boxing, football, etc. And people are like, oh, well, this girl who knows nothing about boxing has, 100,000 followers on Instagram. So, yeah, people, and it's like, yeah, but like, she's ish. Yeah, but she might bring followers on. In a sport like boxing, that's not going to make a blind bit of difference. I've never seen a time, and you look at someone again. I don't want to. I get accused of hating on him, but it's just a fact. You see someone like Johnny Fisher. If if boxing was, say, like what it was in the 90s, he would literally. It wouldn't matter who the promoter was. They'd be just like, "You can't fight. What am I going to do with you? What am I going to do with you? There's nothing there. You're not going to do anything." Whereas today, it's kind of like, okay, you're not a great fighter, but we're going to shamelessly market you as one. And, we're going to just take advantage of this little gimmick and see what we can do with it and see how far we can go with it. It's like, really? And then they keep, recycling it again. It's really weird. I remember Eric Bristow used to always talk about, Eric Bristow was a dart player in the 80s. He was really cocky and he was like, I'm going to win these tournaments. And people didn't like him for it. And he said the reason they didn't like him is because certainly the English and the Irish way as well is they like the underdog. They like the Frank Brunos in a way where, oh, well, at least you tried. You came up short, but at least you gave it the best shot, son. They kind of like that. They like the trier. Whereas when someone comes in and is like, I'm going to win. Who is this asshole? That's what a lot of them are kind of like. When I say G, you say man. G, man. Like cranberry juice guy. Yeah, we do like a cranberry juice. I have to say, don't knock a good cranberry juice is legit. Big John Fury is the ultimate human. Oh, undefeated on the hard roads. Undefeated on the hard roads. Anyone know what time the fight is? Trying to tune in from Italy. Um, Italy are you 2 hours ahead or an hour? I think you are an hour ahead. So if it's, I reckon it's going to be 10:30 UK time. So that'd be about 11:30 Italian time. Without Riley, glad to see he's getting more attention. He's generally really good boxer. Doesn't seem to carry much power, but he's decent technically. He is, and I'm glad he's on this show as opposed to the boxer show that's literally going on as we speak. I just cannot understand Ben Shalom's rationale and thinking. He's doing a show in Cardiff with Lauren Price headline, and that no one gives a you know what about. At least with the MVP show, they're doing it tomorrow. So, like, it's not hitting in with this. So you'll get viewers on that. Like, I'll only watch Ellie Scottney because that's the only fight. And I will watch Caroline Dubois, actually. I do quite like watching Caroline Dubois. I'll watch that. Oh, there we go. God, they're early tonight, aren't they? Look at that. They're early tonight, the bots. I think I only got like one or two last week. Although saying that it wasn't a pay-per-view. But yeah, they're early tonight. They're early tonight. I don't get Ocean Spray cranberry juice. I would just get, like, if I'm home, I'd get Dunstores cranberry juice. I just get just basic cranberry. I don't like Ocean Spray as well. I agree with you on that one. It doesn't taste quite the same. It definitely tastes like it's got more stuff in it than it absolutely should. You know, not really, man. Butterbean was a celebrity journeyman, wasn't he? Yeah, but what I mean by that is that they they try and actually feature these guys as legit contenders. So like Butterbean was the king of the 4 rounder. You knew he was just on there for, a little 4 rounder at the start of a card and just like no one took him serious. You've Eddie Hearn selling, or he did at one stage selling Johnny Fisher as a world level prospect. You people like Dave Allen, well, not really him per se, but people saying, we could still make a run. It's like he's lost 8 times, and in those 8 losses, he's never really come to fight, really, or come to really give it a go. And it's like, you're dealing with, as Hatman said, the celebrity journeyman. And what I say is that we've got guys now who like really, it's what, there you go. That is a really strange question. Is this a pro dat or anti dat? All I'll say on that one is that I have no issue whatsoever with anyone who, you know, wants to, two consenting adults of the same, you know what, if they want to do whatever they want to do, go knock yourself out. But I am quite a socially conservative man at the same time. But I've got no issue with it. But I sure as hell wouldn't be promoting anything like that on here. No way. No way in hell. Not for any amount of money. Not really. Butterbean was I read that one. Do I think Parker will get acquitted or a ban? He will probably get acquitted, I reckon. I reckon he probably will. And they'll probably give him a little slap on the wrist, backdated ban. If it's a UCAD kind of thing, I think the how you doing is like a 6-month ban for the first time. I think the how you doing is like if it's a first time offense, then that's kind of, you know, a 6-month ban. Because I've seen it with darts players where they've got, I think there was a darts player, I think it was actually his second offense, where it was at the World Championship where he actually had to lose the money he made, and he's banned until summertime, and then he's good to go again. However, if he gets caught again, then we're talking serious bans. And that's what they've said. They've actually clarified. If he gets caught again, it's a serious ban. He's even gone to rehab over it, believe it or not. And this wasn't like, you know, someone saying contaminated or anything. This is a guy who said, you know, I've got a problem. So he's gone to rehab over that. It's crazy when you think about it. And that's not going to, well, probably would actually help you play darts a little bit, because you'd be a bit more focused. In darts, you need to be kind of focused. But yeah, it's a question I wasn't expecting to be asked, to be honest with you. But yeah, you know, he asked me, so there's a bit of a lull in the action. There's no fights on, so I'm like, right, I'll answer that. We try and keep the questions as legit as possible. We don't want I don't want questions that are gonna, you know, upset the A word in them, because there's things that YouTube do not like you talking about, and I don't want to upset the algorithm in the slightest. Hence the reason you never see me swear ever on here. I don't swear that much in real life anyway, but I ain't taking no risks, because I know some people say, oh, you're allowed a few swear words here and there. So they say, and I have let, you know, a swear word, you know, slip through a few times, not here, but, you know, in past videos, and nothing's happened. But, you know, it's the very one time where you would do it, where it ping the video and you're just like, oh my god, now I have to delete it, now I have to, you just don't want that. You just don't want that. I just don't want that kind of aggro and stuff like that. And the problem is, right, they'll still play ads on it, which is annoying, because they'll play ads on it, but you won't get any of the revenue back for them. It's weird. It's really weird. It's weird because when you see channels that have like 500 subs, and like they do a video and it has like 100 views, but YouTube's still playing ad on it, the channel's not getting a penny of that, which I think is a bit unfair, really. You know, I mean, you're running ads on it, but they're not getting anything. I know they don't get much, but you know, it's something. I haven't done a video on it. For me, it's all right. I like the Sanchez versus Torres fight. I like that. I really do. I like that fight. But yeah, I'm not really, you know, it's not terrible. You know, you've Jack Cattrall on there, you know, me and Stan, that works well, you know. Just to chat through to yours, your biggest fan. This is Jack. You know, Turkey a la Sheik, 50 missed calls, Jack Cattrall. Just seeing you got a fight lined up for me, you know. Yeah, just seeing, you know. Not that I'm desperate, I'm not, but you know, don't forget about me, you know, you know. I'm just gonna at you on X to make sure you've seen that, you know, Turkey, if you've seen, you know, I'm looking for a fight. I'm willing to, you know, I'm not desperate, but you know, just you know. Oh, and by the way, you know, I'm available, you know, on any Riyadh dates, and you know, just I'm not desperate, you know. Jack Cattrall. Probably talking crazy here, but I think Wilder rolls back the years, KO's Chisora. I don't, but look who's arrived. Look who has arrived. Anthony Joshua. I believe this is his first public appearance since the car crash. I actually believe this is his first public appearance in the UK since the car crash. People in the chat, I don't have the sound on. Let me know, as in like on the TV. Let me know, is he getting a good ovation? I would imagine he would. That's his second home, the O2 at this stage. But it's nice to see AJ back. It's nice to see him back there in the O2. God, we've missed him. He would have been, well, actually, probably wouldn't. He actually probably wouldn't have been fighting because he would have had to fight in the Middle East, and that wouldn't have happened because of obviously what's going on. And that interview with Rico was almost like a wink from him. He was like, I boxed the kickbox, now I box the box. I actually thought that was Eddie Hearn originally when they had the camera panned. Was that Hearn? And I was like, oh, it's Rico Verhoeven. He's getting a good ovation. That's good. You mean Jack Cattrall, not Adam. Adam Cattrall will fight. Adam Cattrall's many things. Boxer, he is not. Boxer Adam Cattrall is not. You mean Jack Cattrall. I think it was largely down to the opponent, Echo Usman. I think he did help out big time with that. You know, Echo Usman is hyper aggressive in there at times. So yeah, there was that. They got a guy in here. Oh, hang on a minute. There we go. Yeah, they are playing tonight. We've got a guy in here, Charlie Rogers, right? Who is, I always find it weird, right? Like it's so strange when you have people who literally like, I mean, all they care about is like, you know, I want to see what your hair. I want to. It's just. It's so bizarre to me that like you have people who are this flippin' pathetic. Like it's really funny in the sense that like you have people there and like of course there'd be no avatar. Like no idea what these people look like. It is hilarious, you know. It really is. But that's what you're dealing with, unfortunately. We'll just give him a little timeout for the time being. Just give him a timeout for a half hour and see if he's got anything better to add to this thereafter. I can't believe Mastanek is only 38. I really can't. I love the way YouTube does it in like seconds as well. Like that timeout was for a half hour and it says you're on timeout for 1.8 thousand seconds. They couldn't just say 30 minutes. They couldn't just say 30 minutes. Well, there's very few of them. There is very few of them, it has to be said. And I'm lucky in a sense that 99% of comments I get are really, really good. The like to dislike ratio was always, if it's not 100%, it's, I think the lowest it gets to on average is about 96%. So we've got really good like to dis ratio and stuff like that. You're always going to get a fool, unfortunately. And I always say, like I say it all the time, it's like, it's funny when, you know, someone with like an account that's, you know, as their profile pics, you don't even see what they look like, or like, are you wearing a hat because you got a shit hairline? It's like, mate, like, so what? Like, why is that such a big deal to, you know? I don't get it. I really don't get it. But, you know, I think being in camp, I think being in a Camp Usek after what happened is possibly the best thing for his mental health. They'll look after him, rebuild him. Yeah, I absolutely wholeheartedly agree. And I think Usek being such a kind of larger than life, kind of real, you know, jolly character, I think that's going to help him big time as well, because there'll be a lot of laughing going on, be a lot of happiness there. So that's, I think, what AJ needs. And yeah, I think, look, I'm not, Usek says he's going to do undisputed next year, AJ. I don't for a minute think that's going to happen, right? I don't for a minute think it's going to happen. But I do think he's going to be, I do think he'll be all right. I do think he'll be all right. Yeah, they're really going all heavy with the rappers tonight, aren't they? I did notice that as well. Yeah, I don't know how much Masterneck has at this stage. AJ, the most disrespected champion. Well, he's certainly up there. I'd agree with you on that. You know, with AJ, a lot of people act as though really that, like, you know, he was never that good to begin with. No, he was always good. He tried to, you see, Fury won the war in a sense of he was able to convince people that he beats all these guys without having to fight them, whereas AJ tried to fight them all like Usyk and he just wasn't good enough, and that's hurt him, because Fury is like, well, I only ever lost to Usyk and it was a robbery. It wasn't, but you know what I mean. So he still has the perception that, you know, oh, I'm still this and that. It's complete nonsense, but you know what I mean. I love that it says G-Man in the corner like a relic from the old days. Well, you know what? It's at A and G-Man still. So when we do the show, we do it on StreamYard for the time being. I've got to obviously keep it as G-Man. So I'll keep it as a bit of a relic, a bygone era when I was once purely known on here as G-Man. Now people call me Liam, which is my name. And I like that name. So we're good. I'm happy with that. I don't think Adam L that he beats Fury, to be honest with you, but I wouldn't rule out him at the very least causing a scare. At the very least. Do I think Vidal can be world champion? Well, the cruiserweight division is not as strong as it was when Usyk was in it, which is all the more impressive because Usyk was undisputed at a time when the cruiserweight division was extremely strong. I mean, you've a historically great cruiserweight, Myris Briedis, and Usyk beat him. Very close, but he beat him. Gassiev, Dorty Coase, Hook, Yuck. Get rid of that. They are persistent tonight. They are persistent tonight. God almighty with these bots. Whereas now, if you do, Jay Apataya really effed himself up with the whole you know what thing. And then you've Zerto. There's an opportunity. I put this. I'd be surprised if he didn't win a world title, to be honest with you. I would. I'd be very surprised if he didn't. So I think he will. I think that it's weak enough that he can win. And that's not to say he's a weak fight. He's not. But finally got a mod. Good. Oh. Uh-oh. Did I? Wait. Wait a minute. Should I have done that? Oh, no. Did I actually... Hang on a minute. I want to just check this chat. Did I actually block... Did I actually block a mod? I am seriously hoping that I didn't. FF, I'm hoping... Oh, no, I didn't. Oh, no, thank God. I was looking at that name and I was thinking, is that a mod that I'm after blocking? And it wasn't. Don't worry, it wasn't. I didn't know. No, it's not a mod that I blocked. I could see it there. Now that was the spam. That was the spam where they were leaving links. No, we're good. We're good. We're good. We're good. I got a fright there. I was thinking, is that a moderator I'm after blocking? Like someone who was trying to delete the spam, and I ended up blocking them. No, I didn't. I didn't. We're all good. Liam, the Dubs beat the Banner in hurling. I don't watch hurling. I don't really follow GAA. I never got into it. Like I never really did. It's weird. I always preferred football. Like obviously, you know, football. I always preferred it. And it's not something I ever really got into. Like if Dublin ever won the All Ireland or something like that, I'd go out on the Sunday just because. Why not? It was always a good bit of fun. So like when Dublin won it in 2019, I had a good laugh. We all went out on the Sunday, and that actually when Dublin won the All Ireland in 2019, me and my friend went out that Sunday, both working the next day, and he's not a drinker, so he was just like, oh, I just want to go out. And at the time, we were both seeing two people at the time, and we ended up going out to meet them. And anyway, we went out, spent the night, and all that, and we left about. I want to say we left about, what time was it? About like midnight. It's on Sunday. Everyone's working in the morning. And we dropped this girl home, right? And he drove back in his Jeep. It had no seats in the back. So so you have to like just put them in the back. It's a commercial Jeep. And we drove back. And I had to let her out the back door because there's no handle both sides. So I opened the door, close it. It doesn't close. Now he damaged that years ago and it never had an issue. And he was like, oh, it must be gone now. So he was like, well, we got to get home some way because we're both in work tomorrow. So what he had to drive it, I had to sit in the back holding the door like that and just praying that it didn't slide open. And it didn't. But that was a nervy ride home. It was a very nervy ride home. And the whole way, it was funny because the whole way home, it was just like casual conversation. Here's me in the back holding onto a door that if it swings open, like I'm flying out with it. And he's just like, she's a nice girl. She's a nice girl, mate. I was like, yeah, she is. I'm holding your flipping door here, you idiot. And all that was wrong was that I said, I'll shine a light in. We'll look for the fault. No, the door's gone. And he went the next morning and goes, oh, yeah, by the way, that door, all you need to do was shine a light in. I would have saw where the problem was. I was like, you stupid. Anyway, that was, okay, Adam Walker, I recently did something with a coworker. Fair play. I tend to echo what Oscar De La Hoya says, though, mate, that you shouldn't ish where you eat. I tend to side with De La Hoya on that one because, look, when you are with a coworker, things can go, if it goes pear-shaped, it can really go pear-shaped, because it's not like going pear-shaped with a girl where, she lives, say, South London, you live in East London. I'm just using London as an analogy. She works in accounts, you're a driver or something like that. You're not seeing one another. When you're both in the same job, in the same space, you're going to have problems, big problems. So I will give you some advice on that one, man. I would give you advice on that one. Just be careful on that one. Oh my God. They are super aggressive tonight. The bots are not playing around tonight, mate. They really aren't. And 150 in the building. If you could, please consider hitting the like and hitting the subscribe button. We currently are sat on 29,526. Let's try and see how many we can boost it up by. Let's see what we can do on here. Let's see if we can get the boost button out. Main event main event is on after this. So if this goes 12 rounds, we're looking at 10:30. If it ends early, which you never know, it could end early, then, oh, God knows what time. They tend to just get a move on with things these days. It is so weird seeing Eddie Hearn there. It's a misfit show, but Eddie and AJ are there. Dev Sani doing the interviewing, and yeah, I don't see Frank Warren. I don't even know. There's not even a Queensbury logo on. Oh no, it's there. No, it is there. It is there. To be fair, the Queensbury logo is there. But yeah, someone commented about the O2 not looking too full. Yeah, I tend to agree with them on that. It doesn't look mega full. It has to be said. That is a bit disappointing. I would have thought Chisora would fill out. I really would. But hey, should J.R. Pataya step up to heavyweight? I think he should. I think he's absolutely screwed himself, to be honest with you, with the whole Zuffa thing, because he's not gonna, what's gonna happen. He's not gonna be able to fight for these titles. So I really do think he should just cut his losses. Look, it's not gonna happen. And even if you just try to go for undisputed, you could be talking another 2 years. Just go heavy. Just go up to heavyweight and see what you can do there. And that's what I did. I'm not going to even go. I'm not even going to read that one about the policeman. I'm not even going to go there. Just tuned in. I wasn't aware this was a Misfits event. Oh no, it is. And mate, I gotta the build up to this show. It's just not felt the same, if that makes sense. Because it's been Misfit. It's been a bit. It's just had a bit. It's lacked the Hearn and Warren feel, if that makes sense. It just feels lacking. It just feels very. There's just something very cringe about the build up to this fight, just in terms of everything, and it's just not been good. I haven't enjoyed the build up. That's just me personally. Now, if you did, or if other people watching enjoyed it, all well and good. But for me, I haven't really enjoyed, me personally, the build up to this fight. I mean, the fight will probably be good, but I personally haven't enjoyed the build up. So that's just me. Yeah, the ring is very heavily sponsored. We see that a lot these days. Like the ring, it has an American-y kind of feel to it. Yeah, very American-y kind of feel to it. And the America and the UK are different, how they build things, There's some things the cards do better. And there's just no ifs or buts, they definitely do some things. And there's other ones where you're like, nah, I like that better in the UK for that reason. Yeah, no, I'm surprised, really. I'm surprised no one knew it was Misfits until now. No, I knew that since blimey. I went to the first press conference, and back in February, it was at London Bridge, and it was weird because I recognized nobody from the press conference in terms of like the media stuff. I recognized literally nobody. And I was like, oh yeah, that's because it's Misfit. So it's not Matchroom, it's not the Zone, or it is the Zone, but it's not Matchroom and Queensbury, it's Misfits. Because there's certain kind of media guys, behind the scene guys you recognize from some of those events. And I was like, I recognize literally nobody. Oh my God. Two in a row, like, really? There we go. All right, that's gone. Blimey. I mean, the bots are persistent tonight. They are persistent tonight. To be fair, Liam, I hadn't followed the build up, other than a few clips of interviews. So I've been largely waiting for the fight, but just realized that's missed with the whole thing. Well, yeah, man, it definitely hasn't got that same feel to it that you would expect from other fights. And it's not just me, you know, other people who've been, you know, who do a bit of work in the media. And I'm not talking about Ade, by the way. I'm not talking about him. Just other people in general have said the same. I mean, one of my friends only texted me there the other day, and she was like, "This isn't fun. Like the whole build up is just off." And I was like, "Well, thank you, because I agree with you. I think it's the same." And we were even talking about it. I was like, "Mate, it's like this is a weird build up, and it just feels void of any life. It just doesn't feel like a boxing fight. Again, it just feels like, you know, a lot of." And then they wheeled in, like, you know, food reviewers to interview the fighters, like, and you're just like, what? This is, it's boxing, like, yeah. Nah, man, you're closer involved. But to us, lot, I just knew it was the Zone. Just assumed it was a Queensbury Matchroom show. Yeah, again though, they did keep a kind of low profile, and I think that's why you haven't seen. Well, if you think about it like this, right? Matchroom Queensbury, whenever they've got a big event coming up, like a big event, they will, even on the shows, you know, they'll market it and they'll be like, oh, there's Chisora. Remember, he's fighting in a few weeks, and it's always in your mind. You saw neither of them at any of the build up to really these events. Um, the bots are, man, the bots are crazy. Look at Del Boy on the Northern Line. I recognize the Northern Line. That's how bad it's got, isn't it? I recognize. Oh man, that's TFL. Good old TFL London. I recognize the Northern Line a mile away. Great public transport. Actually, to be fair, like the public transport in the UK is pretty good. Like I've never had any issue with it. I love the Lizzie line. That's the best. Del Boy, Finchley Circ, Finchley Central. Yeah, so you'd get the why would he go then? So he'd get the Northern Line to Liver. No, he would get the Northern Line to London Bridge and then Jubilee to North Greenwich, because that brings you to the O2. I'm assuming that's the way he got it. In fact, it would have to be. Yeah, it'd have to be that. It would have to be that, actually, because I really rate him. But this is what he wants to do now. Misfits. Well, I never had an issue with public transport. You see, like they don't let me down. And if I'm ever in a rush and I need to get somewhere, public transport normally in London is pretty good. Normally, for me anyway. I've not had much of an issue with it. You know, Lizzie is good. I think Lizzie is fine. No issue with it. So, am I into gaming? Yes and no. Not so much these days. I think games these days, they lack a lot of depth. They lack a lot of yeah, they lack a lot of everything that you want in a game. Like there's no memorable characters anymore. The stories are a bit meh. You know, I bought and they push a lot of, you know, a lot of BS in modern games. There's a lot of, you know, like Assassin's Creed has always been my favorite, like kind of game franchise. And the amount of BS they put in some of the games, like in Assassin's Creed Valhalla, which was good fun. I'm not gonna lie, it was a fun game, right? They made the main, like you can choose between the main character if you want it male or female, but they made it official that you have to, like, if this was a movie, the main character would be a female, but on the game arc and all the trailers, the main character was male. And they were like, oh well, but they were like, no, because you know if you put a female Viking, no one's gonna buy it. It's as simple as that. So you do something smart. You make the character female canon, but you cover the art as a male, because you know damn well if you put the main character as a female Viking, no one's gonna buy it. Simple as. That's as simple as that. Just admit it. You know, if you put a female Viking as the cover art, no one will buy it. So you kept it male. But then when you play it, I think there's a part of the game where even if you play as a male, the character defaults to a female. So, you know, you're just like yeah. Anyway, little rant on Assassin's Creed over. But Adam says the whole Ezio story was fantastic. Yeah, that was peak Assassin's Creed right there. That was peak. I love the Ezio trilogy so much. I actually got the remastered version, although actually I think it looks worse, the remastered version, than the original. But the games still hold up so well today. Like, they're still so playable. Like, you can just get lost in the story in the game for hours. And I think Brotherhood is my favorite. Always has been, always will be. Because that's one of the few games that I played Assassin's Creed 2 when it came out, fell in love with the story, fell in love with the character Ezio, just loved it. And they announced pretty quick after it that they were doing a sequel. And I remember thinking, like, you know, this was like April 2010. And I was in school at the time. And I was like, oh my God, I want to play this game so bad. And just counting minute after minute after minute after minute down to get that game. I remember when I got it on the day it was released. It was on a Friday in November. And I remember just thinking, I hope this game isn't a letdown. You know, you've waited so long, you've been looking forward to it. And it was the furthest thing from it. It's my favorite Assassin's Creed game. Brotherhood is the best. Like, that was peak everything, peak modern day, peak story. You know, the combat it was honestly, Brotherhood is the best. It was the best. Odyssey is fun, but like, I don't like Odyssey is a great game, but it's not a great Assassin's Creed game, if that makes sense. Like, I'm actually playing Odyssey again back in London. I've been replaying it again, and I'm playing the Tales of the First Blade on that, one of the DLCs. Odyssey is such a great game, but it's such a rubbish Assassin's Creed game, if that makes sense. And if you know, you know. GTA 6 is going to be epic, though. I'm not. Do you know what? I was more looking forward to Mafia: The Old Country, which obviously is good, and Mafia games in general. Except Mafia 3 is not terrible, but it's certainly not as good as Mafia 2 and Mafia the remake. And I was more looking forward to that than I am GTA 6. I think the best GTA game was GTA 4. I think that the story was amazing. The way that the driving was very realistic. The way the characters all had weight in them. So, like, if you like pushed one of them, they'd react like a normal human being would. GTA 4 had it was a very dark story, very dark, but it had a very GTA 4, in my opinion, was the best. GTA 5 was it was like GTA 5 is fun, and it's got it's a playable game, very playable, but you don't it doesn't immerse you the same way. It really doesn't immerse you the same way as GTA 4 did. That game, everything about it was just brilliant. Like, the story was good, the combat was good, everything about GTA 4, for me anyway, was really, really good. The DLCs were even good. You know, The Lost and Damned and The Ballad of Gay Tony, they were good DLCs. I enjoyed them. So yeah, GTA 4 will always be my favorite. I can't see GTA 6 changing it. Could be wrong. I'm going to be optimistic for it, but I can't say that I am. I can't say I'm that, you know, looking forward to GTA 6. I think that there's going to be a lot of word beginning with W in it, unfortunately. I suspect there will be. And I don't, as soon as I start seeing that in a game, I'm just like, don't want to know. Just don't want to know. It takes all the fun out of it, you know? I mean, it just takes for me anyway, it just takes the fun all out of it. It fit it was set in New York in the autumn time. So it was kind of gray. And oh man, it was just such a fun game. Like GTA 4, there was a lot of fun things to do in it, and I really liked it. It was fun. Like it was a fun game to play. There could have maybe been a few, although it was made in '08, so it came out in '08. So side quests and really immersive open world games, they like you get today, they weren't really a thing back then. So, but yeah, GTA 5 or 4 was good. Never got into Red Dead. I still have it, still play it from now time to time. Just doesn't do it for me. It doesn't do it for me. Same with Red Dead 1. I never really got into that. Never really got into Red Dead 1 either. Yeah, but the best story game I've ever played, and it's the best like story in a game, is Mafia 2. Mafia 2, which is made by, blimey, who do make Mafia games? I forget who make them. But if you've ever played Mafia 2, it, there's not a lot to do in the game. It's an open world game with not a lot to do. It's set in the 40s, 50s. Very little to do. But the story, Hangar 13, that's it, thank you. But the story in Mafia 2 is just, honestly, it's 15 chapters and it is just, oh my God. Now, I have tried Red Dead. I have the game, but every time I've tried to play it, I've just struggled to get into it. I got it when it came out in, I think it was 2018, and I've just always struggled to just get into it. I just don't know why. You've John Marston, you've Dutch, you've Arthur Morgan, and I think I got into as far as one mission where he was drunk in a tavern, and I was just like, I'm bored with this. I don't know why. It just doesn't do it for me. It really doesn't. I really couldn't tell you why. Um, how do I feel about Spider-Man 2? Well, if you mean Spider-Man 2 as in the Tobey Maguire movie, Spider-Man 2, that one, which had Sam Raimi as the director. If the Dark Knight trilogy hadn't happened and hadn't been so good, that would probably be regarded as one of the best superhero movies of all time. And I think it is regarded as up there as one of the best. It was a great movie. Like it really was. That Spider-Man trilogy was good. Oh, the game. Um, and then again, are we talking about Spider-Man 2 from back in the day, like in 2005? If so, that was a great game. And that still has replay value today. The graphics are obviously dated as hell, but the actual, combat and the swing and the web swinging was amazing. And it was real rewarding as well to play it. So that was actually a good game. And it gave you I remember actually when I first played GTA 4, I went back to the PS2 and played Spider-Man 2 on the PS2 because it gave me proper New York vibes. I never played the original Mafia game. I played the remake, which came out in 2020. Loved it. Absolutely loved that game. Really enjoyed it. I really enjoyed it. But I never played the original Mafia. The original Mafia game, which was, I think, 2002, never played it. But yeah, the remake was brilliant. Thoroughly enjoyed that game. Really did. Really did. Combat was good. Driving felt good. Set in the Depression in the 1930s. What's not to like? What's not to like? It was definitely fun. It was definitely a fun little game. He is landing right hands like hell on Mastanak. He is. I should be really talking about the boxing, I know, but he is landing them like hell. Who do you think the greatest boxer of all time? That's such a subjective question. I would always kind of say for me, not the greatest in terms of technique, but who looked the most unbeatable, even though he wasn't, was Roy Jones in his prime. I feel like the original Mafia game was the best. The remake was all right, but the original had different vibes. That's the problem. It would feel dated as hell. And I remember, like, I've seen like clips from the original Mafia. Maybe one day I will. Maybe one day I will. But I really did like the remake. I really did like the remake. That was fun. I'd say Mafia 3 is the weakest. Like, I've gone back and replayed it from time to time. It's not terrible, but it's just not as good. I've never played the Uncharted games because I was PlayStation up until the 360 came out, and then I went Xbox. So unfortunately, I never got a chance to play the Uncharted games, which is a shame because I would have liked to. I am now on the PS5 brigade, so I'm probably gonna eventually just go and just play them, the Uncharted games, because I've heard they were very, very good. And the same voice actor who voices Nathan Drake voices Desmond in Assassin's Creed before they ended up killing his character off. So I'll get kind of Assassin's Creed vibes with certainly one of the characters anyway. Uncharted, yeah, a lot of people swear by Uncharted. They say it's a really good game. Have I ever played Tomb Raiders? No, never really was a big Lara Croft fan. Never did it for me. So never played the Tomb Raider games. Like I said, right now I'm not really a big gamer. Like I don't get up for games that much these days. It's like GTA 6, and I'm GTA fanboy. I'm just like, nah, just it ain't doing it for me these days. God of War, no, never. I was a big COD fan back in the day. After COD Ghosts, I haven't played a Call of Duty since then. Because I tell you, I did get the COD 4 remake, which was it actually felt worse, the remake, than the original was good. But the remake just didn't do it for me. It just felt it just felt weird. It just felt weird. In London, they are having Mario Kart tournaments. I just call them F1 races then. That's what it feels like nowadays when you're watching F1. It's so bad. It's awful. Awful. The Last of Us? No, never played The Last of Us. I heard a lot of bad things about The Last of Us that came out in 2020. I heard that was awful. Awful. So yeah, that ain't gonna happen. I recently attempted to play Harry Potter, that Hogwarts Legacy of Hogwarts, and oh my god, the wokery in it. I couldn't play it. The wokery in it was ridiculous. So that just turned me off it straight away. I was just like, F this, I don't want to play this. So yeah, that's what you're dealing with, unfortunately, in modern games. I do want to try and play that Kingdom Deliverance game, which is like a medieval setting game, which is proper, factual to an extent anyway. So that looks fun. That looks fun. It's like set in like 1400s Prague. So it would have been Prague. Or no, it wouldn't have been Prague. It would have been Bohemia, Kingdom of Bohemia. Yeah, funny because J.K. Rowling is famously one. Yeah, I know. That's what I mean. It's very strange. They put there's a character in that game, which once I saw that was me. I was like, I'm not playing this. There's a character in that game who is everything J.K. Rowling is fighting against, and I just remember thinking, why would you put that in the flipping game? Why? Just why? So once I saw that, I was like, I'm done because I was kind of enjoying it a little bit, and once I saw that, I was like, nah. I remember playing like it just, yeah, yeah. I do fear for GTA 6. I really do. I fear for it, and I think that's why a lot of the old guard are not there in Rockstar anymore who did work on the originals or like the originals in the previous games, and I just have a feeling that they'll probably have some humor in it, but there'll be a lot of wokey kind of references in it. I have a feeling. And I do think that it's got disaster written all over it. I mean, like you see what they've tried to do, other franchises. Like someone mentioned how Star Wars as well is another one. When they start bringing in all the wokery and stuff like that in the games, and having you know a lot of crap in it, people just don't want to play it. It's just like I don't want to play a game like that. Like Mafia 2 is a great game. It's fun. And Mafia 2 is borderline. It is borderline a word beginning with R. Some of the references they're making in it. And look, I'm not condoning it, but that came out in 2010. No one gave a damn. And people still love playing it. And like if you said if you made a game today and it had some of the things that they said in it, especially to the Chinese, characters that are in it, they'd cancel that game instantly. They'd be like, you can't have this game. Listen to what they're saying. Isn't woke. I wouldn't call her woke. I wouldn't call J.K. Rowling woke. She's definitely, I wouldn't call her woke, but she's definitely she's definitely more on the based side than certainly others. She definitely is that, more on the base side than others. That one you can only drive a Porsche Boxster. No, what game is that? Where you can only drive a Porsche Boxster? I never heard of that. I hope they make my GTA character. Okay. All right, that was something that we didn't need to know. Interesting. Yeah, they really, I don't recall the bots ever being this bad. Like, they are really bad tonight. Look at my comment. It's probably lost in amongst the bots. Where is it? Oh, although you play Porsche Challenge 1 on PS1. You see, man, that goes over my head. PS1 days, God blimey. That goes way over my head. Well, I wouldn't call J.K. Rowling cancelled. Oh God, I remember that mission. Yeah. Oh, Modern Warfare 2, no Russian level. Oh, that was I remember at the time playing it thinking, blimey, this I was about what, 15 when that game came out. And even I at the time was like, blimey, they are going. I think that I think that mission in some countries, it gave you the option to skip it because it was so controversial. And if people don't know what they're talking about, Call of Duty Modern Warfare 2, the multiplayer in that game is what a lot of people played it for, but obviously there's a campaign. That mission is one of the earlier missions in the game. I think it's like the third or fourth mission, where you're basically, you go undercover as basically part of a Russian. I don't know what were they? Were they a mafia or something? But you go into an airport, you and about 5 other people, you go into an airport and you shoot everyone in sight. Like, you literally go in, doing like an airport, and shoot the place up, everyone in sight. It is a very controversial mission, and it was even controversial back then. So today, you'd never get away with that. That was yeah, was shocking. And you could skip it beforehand. Yeah. They gave you the option to skip that. They did, because it was such a controversial mission. Even then, you would never get away with a mission like that today. No way. No way. And even that mission in GTA 5, where Trevor, has that, is he Azerbaijani or something like that? And he does, he has him in a room and he's, doing things to him. It's part of the stuff. Even that, you probably wouldn't get away with that now. Yeah, you probably wouldn't get away with that now. That mission in particular. And that was 2013. If you did that today in a game, they'd probably say, no, you can't do that. Or maybe they'd let you skip it. Because I know in that mission in GTA 5, you couldn't skip it. You had to play it. You had to basically do that. And there's a name on it. So he electrocuted him, he hit him, he pulled one of his two teeth out. He hit him with a wrench. And there's a name on it. I can't remember the name that it is, when you put the rag on someone's face and then pour water over it to make it seem like they're drowning. There's a name on it. I just can't remember what it's called. I just cannot remember what it's called, but there is a name on it when you do that. And yeah, you had to do that to yeah, that was an interesting mission, to say the least. Waterboarding, that was it. Yes, waterboarding. Thank you. I knew there was a name on it. I just couldn't think what the name was. Waterboarding. Yes. You have to do that to you have to do that. We don't have to. You could actually literally just do the same thing over and over again, but to get full 100% completion, you have to do one of each. Yeah, he was doing the waterboarding. Yeah, that was a doozy of a mission, all right. That was a doozy. Again, ambitions you would never get away with today. Yeah, No Russian was nearly 20 years ago. Yeah, that's crazy. That's actually crazy. That game came out in 09. But like, it's only when someone said it, and but when you played that, when you played the game, like that mission sticks with you. That sticks with you. That really does. That mission in particular. Oh my god. And as soon as I saw No Russian, I was like, yep, that was something else, all right. Is the way to do it. Speaking like someone who knows what he's talking about there, mate. Oh man. Did you watch the fight? But didn't watch the fight, but Price is busted up. Oh, I was what? Lauren Price. I was wondering there when you said Price is busted up. I was like, huh? Because I just assumed David Price when I see the name Price. I was like, no, he's not even fighting. He's retired. Lauren Price is busted up. Let's have a look. See, boxer. Is she busted up? What a fight. Well, wouldn't go that far. Oh God, she is taking big right hand. See what the comments says on it. Unbelievable fight, two warriors. I don't know about that, but it looks like an interesting fight. I will stick to this. Thank you very much. And I would have to log out of the zone, go and open up BB. I'm not going to do that. I'm not going to do that. Pricey was the definition of car crash TV, wasn't he? Like with David Price, you wanted him to win because he was such a likable guy. And he was a likable guy and he was entertaining for all the wrong reasons. But he would snatch defeat from the jaws of victory almost every time. Because he had the power to literally drop anybody. And he did in some of his defeats, or I think in most of them, he dropped the opponent and he ended up gassing or getting taken out. It was David Price he was box office. There was no ifs or buts. There was just no way. There was just no ifs or buts. David Price was just box office. He really was. That's why Eddie Hearn had him out on so many of his shows, because he knew, right, David Price, he'll come to win. He might not, he might not be able to, go and win a world title, but if he's in there with someone, he'll come to win. In some cases, he did, like against Dave Allen. But at the very least, he'll sell some tickets. People know him, and it'll be good. When I'm touching my nose, I just think it's force of habit, man. I think I've always just done that. It's just force of habit. Oh boy, we've got so you put someone on block for a half hour and he comes back and he's still talking absolutely you know what, right? So do you know what? I give people maybe a second or third chance. So I give him one more chance, but he gets a timeout again. So he's 86,000 seconds. AJ undisputed soon. No, I don't think he'll be undisputed soon. I don't think he'll be undisputed ever again. Could he maybe pick up a belt if one becomes vacant? Maybe he could. But do I think he'll ever go and, win the big one? No, I don't think he'll ever win it. And did someone say undisputed? I thought you said it again. No, he'll never win undisputed. I don't think. I think AJ's shot to bits. I think if he wins a world title again, that's amazing. And that's an achievement I didn't even think he would have. Yeah, poor Pricey got starched a few times. Chisora stopped him. Actually, Chisora retired him. Oh, the guy was on about the hat again, and just you block them for a half hour, they come back and they say that, and you're just like, you know what, really, 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 it is what it is, man. Just had an overwhelming feeling to watch film about Easter, and it's over. What do I do? You do what makes you happy, man. You do what makes you happy. That's one thing I always say. You always do what makes you happy. So if you want to watch an Easter movie, oh wow, Southampton beat Arsenal 2-1. It's only FA Cup, but there goes the. I'm not even an Arsenal fan, by the way. Just so you know that. I'm not even an Arsenal fan. I just go to some of their games. Oh, what do I think about Pat Brown? He looked very good. I only saw clips and highlights, Jordan Thompson getting stopped by that David Spellmont guy. You know, that David Spellmont guy, I think he's better than his record suggests, because that guy nearly, well, I'd say nearly, he had Alan Babbage in trouble. Now, I know what people are going to say, but he still lost to Alan Babbage. It was a much fresher Alan Babbage than the Alan Babbage who fought the likes of Johnny Fisher and people like that. That still doesn't count for much. Alan Babbage wasn't much of a fighter. He wasn't, he was, that's another gimmick fighter, Alan Babbage. But still, that Spellmont guy was really out of shape for that fight. So, you know, you reckon you could land a punditry spot on the zone? Could be decent. Someone was what? Someone was snitching on you in Ade's live. In what way? Like, I mean, like, what do I do? I haven't done anything. I don't get that. Like, I haven't done anything. Was snitching on me about what? People are weird though, man. Like, people. There's one thing I've learned, right? Is that people just, for whatever reason, it could have nothing to do with your opinion or anything like that. People just don't want to see other people do well in life. It's weird because it shouldn't affect them. Like, if I'm doing really, really well and I'm doing all right, that won't have any bearing or any effect on me, or like any effect on them. And listen, Ade knows me. We know each other very well. I mean, I brought Ade out for a meal on Monday for his birthday. So we know each other extremely well. He knows, like, I don't get it. Some of these people are just, I remember you had a couple of idiots on one of Ade's lives a couple of months ago, where they were on about this, the hat and stuff like that, right, to Ade, to the point where he actually messaged me after the stream and was like, are you okay? And I was like, of course I'm okay. What do you mean? Why wouldn't I be? And he's like, oh, I had a couple of idiots who were on about the hat and stuff like that. Like, does that ever bother you? And I was like, yeah, well, when have I ever said anything that's homophobic, by the way? Just as an F, when have I ever said that? Like, again, you know, just anyway. And no, Ade hasn't said anything to me, but when have I said that? Like, again, these people are so strange. They really, truly are. They are absolutely bizarre to say stuff like that. Oh, you think Mike is, oh, because Ade hasn't said anything to me. So I don't know. Oh, yeah, I wonder, because I'm like, one, Ade watches my videos. I've never said anything like that. So I don't know where some of these people, yeah, maybe he is. I don't know. Maybe he is, because I don't know where anyone would get that. He would remotely get that from. Like, I try and not comment on things like that. As many of you will know, I try my best to kind of leave as best I can, kind of, political, any ideologies out of these things, because I just don't want them. So yeah, I don't. Yeah, he probably is, because I'm like, where anyone would even get that idea from is beyond me. As I've said before, two consenting, male or females want to do their thing together. Listen, to each his own. I ain't judging. Okay. Yeah. No, I think there was someone saying that people were saying we don't need to go there. We don't need to go there. But never let the reality get in the way of good gossip. It's awful. Look. Anyone watch the live? Well, he knows me well enough, and he knows that's not the case. So, there is that. And I am not actually going to put that comment in, because he is saying something about Ade. Where are we? I want to get back to the bar. Is there any chance Chisora's slow feet invite Wilder to actually throw some right hands? Unlikely. I think that Wilder, if Chisora is swarming him, I think that Wilder, he's probably going to struggle. Oh, and by the way, Sniffer, great name, with the 99 pence. And it won't let me actually like it, believe it or not. I don't know why, but it won't let me like your super chat. But thank you very much. How many tickets are left for the Partridge fight? That's a good question. I don't know. That's a good question, actually. I don't know because me and Ade, we were only talking about. Actually, we were only talking about this on Monday. We think, right, that the whole Conor Benn situation. Conor Benn was brought in there to get more eyes on the sport, to get more eyes on what's the name that thing, get more eyes on the Fury fight and get more tickets sold, right? But with the way Conor Benn has been lately, it's it's actually turning a lot of people off Conor Benn. Now I know like people don't like Conor Benn and this, that, and the other, but at the end of the day, we all still watch him. We all still watch him to see what happens, right? But he's become so insufferable lately that it's really kind of starting to like people are really starting to not care now. And the worst thing you can do is have people not care. That's the worst thing you can do is have people not care because they're either watching you because they love you or they're watching you because they hate you. But either way, they're watching you. But when you make yourself so dislikable that people are like, I just don't even want to watch now, then you got a problem. Then you've got a big problem. Do I think Regis Prograis is injured like they say? Well, it's the fact that there was talk that he wasn't going to be that he was going to pull out and stuff like that. Regis Prograis is probably getting decently paid. And listen, you've never fought north of 140 pounds. You're now fighting a guy at 150 pounds in a 10 rounder. I I would imagine he's getting well paid, and I would imagine that there may be some validity to it. Maybe. I mean, we've seen fighters, Frank Sanchez, where when there's money on the line, big money, they'll fight injured. You know, he fought obviously injured against. There's no ifs or buts. He was injured against Adrian Caballero, clearly. So yeah, anytime, mate, anytime. Atelma beats AJ now, I believe. Yeah, I agree with you. I tend to agree with you on that. Um, I think that feinting, that speed, everything, and I don't think AJ would go away. I think if the opportunity came and it was a world title, I still don't think AJ would take it against Atelma. I think that he would just look for other options and not go down that road. I think that Atelma would beat him. I would. I think that AJ is just. I think AJ's done. I genuinely do. I think AJ's finished. And by the way, people, we've got 200 in the building. 200 people in the building. If you haven't already, do please consider hitting the like button. I would greatly appreciate it. I really would. I would greatly appreciate that. It'd be quite nice. Be quite nice. We've got 200 people. Oh God, no. There we go. Yeah, the bots are on point tonight. They really are. They are on point tonight. They really truly are. Yeah, we see like he's not going to fight Usyk again. We know that, right? I mean, they're besties now, so that's not going to happen, right? But say Usyk vacates because Usyk is already like he's vice president of a football team now, so he's 1 foot out the door, right? Atelma, not an easy fight. Caballero, not an easy fight. Already lost to Dubois. Wardley, you'd want to be punch perfect against Wardley, otherwise you're in a world of trouble. And yeah, I can't see him doing it. For me, anyway, I can't see him doing it. Now, with Telma Fury, I think has more left in the tank, and I would probably lean towards Fury winning that fight. Probably, just, I would lean towards him winning that fight. Probably only just. Uh, no, I think Fury will destroy a Telma. I wouldn't say he destroy a Telma. I would pick him to win though. I absolutely would. I would pick him to win, but I definitely wouldn't be picking him to destroy a Telma. Far from it. I would not be doing that. There are many, and listen, I'm no lover of Tyson Fury. Far from it. Right, as many you know, I'm not his biggest fan, but I try and keep it as objectively speaking as we can. I wouldn't be picking him to, blast the Telma out. I'd be picking him to win, but not that. I think he'd win, but he wouldn't have an easy time of it. Can we get a Tunde style commentary? What, lions in the camp? Lions in the camp. And from what little I've seen of this fight, I've been answering a lot of questions. Very impressive. Very impressive so far from Vidal Riley. He is a good fighter. He is genuinely a good fighter. He is a good fighter. I'm not sure about Partridge. Well, we're going to be basing his last two performances and saying, right, against Usyk, both times didn't look too bad. Truly didn't look too bad, right? Although he lost them, still looked to have enough left in the tank. A year out of the ring, over a year, gaining weight, all that. How good is he going to look then? How good is he going to look then? He's yet to face a top fighter. Still way too many questions. He looks awesome, but he still doesn't have receipts. Yeah, we do need to see how his chin looks. We do. But offensively, he's very good, very fast. There's a lot to like about Itauma. There is. There's a lot to like about young Itauma. And yeah, I think he'll do well. I really do. I think he'll do very well. I really do. Yeah, Fury. When is the last time Fury has destroyed someone? Probably Dylan White. Dylan White was his mandatory, and he was in the top 10. He beat the brakes off Chisora, but Chisora is not. At the time, he wasn't top 10, and he still isn't now. But at the time, he certainly wasn't. So yeah, it's really only Dylan White. Oh, dude, I've not, man. Tunde to me, right, is just so insufferable. Like I just everything of it just. And like you're saying there, if you've ever seen Tunde comedy, he just says left, right, left, right, left, right, uppercut. Well, that kind of like sums him up as a trainer, doesn't it? Like he just doesn't. He doesn't seem to have it. You know, look. I'm sure he's good enough to get Yard the basics, but Yard has stagnated massively, and now he's done. Like Yard's done, man. Yard's gone nowhere. He is done. He's unproven until he loses. Well, no, I think that there are times in fights, and it's funny, right? Because you say he has a fight and he gets rocked, and people are going to say like, "Oh, he got rocked." It's like, well, that's a test. So he's come through the test. He's got rocked. He's come through it. A bit of adversity. It's not a terrible thing. But people who are saying like, "Oh, he's unproven," they'll be saying, "Oh, see now he's cheating. He got rocked by this guy." It's like, yeah, and he survived and he came back. So chin test is okay, which is a test. It's something that we want to see. Yeah, he is funny. Like that, he's unintentionally funny. Like when you listen to him, you can laugh because it's just you're just listening and you're just like, what is this? Roll the dice is the single worst advice. Yes. Well, it was a light heavyweight fight. Bivol got rocked by Joe Smith Jr. I do remember that. I do remember that very well. And Bivol has shown that he's a solid chin. He was rocked by Joe Smith. That was the only bit of success he had in that fight, really. But yeah, Bivol, I remember it well. I remember he's rocked by Joe Smith. Remember that, actually. How long before AJ Fury Wilder retire? Well, I'm going to say next year. Maybe not all of them, but at least one of them will be gone by next year. I'm not going to say all of them because I don't know. I would imagine one of them will probably fight on 28. But I'd be very surprised if one of those three names is still around by next year. I'd be very surprised. One of them will probably bow out either this year or very early next year. I'd be very surprised. I'd be very surprised. Partridge does have the reach. I can't see him retiring again. I can't. When is the ring walk? After this fight. So it should be soon. Hopefully, anyway. Like Dave Allen against Rumford Bull, talked apart but needed to be tested. Not hating on him. He moves like a cruiserweight. Has mad variety of punches. He's a little naive. I will believe Warren. Well, like, without sounding harsh again on Johnny Fisher, and I keep saying it because I don't dislike the guy, but it's like you could see Johnny Fisher was going nowhere. So when it came to like his first real test, you knew Dave Allen would be a test, and you were like, could he even get through it? He couldn't. But you knew if you could get through Dave Allen, his level wasn't going to be far past it. Whereas Atelma's past Dave Allen now, like he's past that level. Like he is you want to see him in there with the likes of Herkovich and people like that. God almighty, what the hell? Oh, I have never seen the bots so persistent as they have been in this stream. Like, I have literally never seen them so persistent as they have been in this stream. A big up to Yasmin. And yes, I know now this time I will say mate, because, you know, women can be mates. But yes, how are you? Because I actually felt so embarrassed. I had to ask, like, is that a male or a female last stream? And I was like, it sounds like a female. I was like, I should have known that. It definitely is. So how are you, my friend? I hope you're keeping well. I am not a bot. Yes. No, the bots are just leaving links. The bots are just leaving links to, like, watch this fight here. And the reason why I got to get rid of them so quick is because that's going to pin, like, you know, that will get the stream pinned and stuff like that, because they're like, oh, you know, you're showing, I'm not showing any footage of the fight. But because they're doing that, it's not good. And you nearly always get at least one, but on pay-per-views, it's even worse. But this one is just extreme. Like, I mean, like, they are super persistent tonight. I can't believe it. I've never seen the bots like this, where they are so goddamn persistent. And by the way, 214 people in the fight. Someone said fight there. 214 people in the building. If you could smash the like button, hit subscribe. We've only 82 people. Only 82 likes, I should say. Only 82. Watch along with Garden Gnome. Big up G-Man. Watch along with Garden Gnome. Big up to G-Man. I don't even know if I should be... That's a good... If that's a compliment or not with that one. I really don't. Who do you got? Yeah, I'm not worried for Usyk in the least. I ain't paying for this fight, but we'll wait for a bot link. I get rid of those links pretty quick, man. I get rid of those links pretty damn quick. So yeah, we ain't waiting around. Those links are going pretty damn quick when I see them come in. I ain't waiting around. So you gotta be keeping an eye on that chat. If a bot link comes, you're gonna be clicking on that quick, because I'm getting rid of that ASAP. My Easter egg is flat, not egg shaped. It's shrink fest. I'm not a chocolate guy, so, like, I don't really care for, like, an Easter egg or anything like that. It's just not for me. And I think if you can hear, like, the wind coming in, I don't know if you can hear that, but it's windy as hell. It is windy as hell. What are you smoking, man? Me? I don't smoke at all. The only thing I'd ever smoke is me and Ade go for shisha sometimes, which I really enjoy. That's it. And that's maybe once every 2 weeks. But in terms of actual smoking, no. I've always been good. I've never actually gone down that road. I never wanted to. I never really wanted to. And look, no. It's Storm Dave Allen. Do you know what, right? As much as I'm not gonna go political or anything like that, don't worry, right? But as much as I'm not liking what's going on in the Middle East, right? I've seen a few people comment the name that president gave it, Operation Epic Fury, and they've changed the Epic Fury to Epic Partridge. I'm not even gonna lie, that's hilarious. I do. When I've seen that, it did make me laugh out loud, where people started calling it Operation Epic Partridge. I was like, yeah, he can't get away from it. And you did kind of, when you saw the name, you were kind of, that did come into my mind too. I was like, yeah, you did think of that, didn't you? Epic Partridge. It did make me laugh when I seen people. I think someone commented on one of Hat Man's lives with that, and I was like, yeah, that was kind of funny. Operation Epic Partridge. Who do I fancy? Wardley Dubois. I would have, at this minute in time, I'm still going with, I was just reading your one there, you have Wardley. I would go for Dubois. I've picked against Wardley before, to my detriment, but I just think on this occasion, I just don't think he'll get around it. I think Dubois is going to win this fight. Out of interest, how is Lauren Price doing? Let's just have a quick look, see, and just see how she's doing. Because she did look bashed up in there. Okay, so she won. She's not, well, she's bloody, but you know, Lauren Price and Clarissa Shields face off. Wow. And the size difference looks ridiculous there, by the way, as well. That looks absolutely ridiculous. Clarissa Shields. Don't even talk about Clarissa Shields. I won't go there. Danny D is going to chin Ordley. He may very well. He may very well. He may very well. So we are going into the main event. I think he will, but we shall wait and see. I'd be very surprised if that fight ends. Look, it's ended in a knockout, right? It's good for me. That fight ends in a knockout. It's as simple as, right? But I'd be very surprised if it goes late. So, like, if we see a late knockout in that fight, that will surprise me. I don't think we're seeing a late knockout. I think we're seeing an early one. And yeah, I think Dubois. I personally just think Dubois is going to win that fight. But you know, I could be very wrong. We have to wait and see. We do have to wait and see. Let's have a look. See here. Just have a quick look on Instagram and just see who's saying what. And now we are back to the chat. Oh, God. Okay, is it gone? There we go. Yeah, he's picking Dubois. Take out the links. The one flipping time I click off it is when they click on this, when they start sending the links in. Right. What is up? Like, what is actually up with some of these guys today? I normally get pretty, like, I never have to like boot anyone from the stream 9 times out of 10. But like, look at what this absolute clown, like, just that one just gets a straight gone. Like, really? I don't know, these people. Like, I just don't know. I just don't know, honestly. But for every idiot you get, a good one. Big up, G-Man. How are you, my friend? I hope you're keeping well. Yeah, that one is just straight gone. I really don't get it. Like, I just don't know. I really don't. I really don't. People kicking it, people streaming it on Kick. No, as I think he means actually kick some flipping little moron. Ah, these people. These people. Dubois doesn't quit when he gets hit. He quits when he hits a can't break. Well, that's how I would see him. Because he's been hit many, 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 many times in fights, like against Herkovich, and he's still been coming and swinging. He ain't been playing around. Haven't seen AJ called that in ages. What were they calling AJ? I haven't heard. I just saw that he was interviewed, but I haven't heard a peep. Am I showing it? No, it's a watch along. It says it in the description that there is no footage. We do the commentary, and I will do the commentary on this. Of course, I absolutely will be doing that. Trying to find the fight live, but it's hard. Well, it's on the zone. I've even got a special 5% discount code. Just saying. Just saying. Just saying. Just saying. Dubois has yet to prove he can deal with power. Well, who's the biggest puncher he's fought? AJ, and AJ rocked them. And I would say Wardley is on par with AJ in terms of punching power. But I don't know, not paying 25 quid. Yeah, not seen that for quite a while. I just don't get it. Like, just, you know, it's all right. It's good. Because, like, as I say, like, it's always good. The code is, I will give you said code now. And 5% off, by the way, just so you know. Just so you know, it's 5% off. I'll give you the code here. There we go. Have that there. That is the code. There you go. You get a nice 5% off with that. Just saying, you know, I will plug that. It's in the chat there. Just pop that in there and that will be good. You have 5% off. I will take that. Now, it's not a lot, but every little bit helps, you know. Just watch the Lauren Price fight. Well, it did look entertaining, it has to be said, but it's going up against this though. What's up, G-Man? Been a while since I clicked. No, don't tell me that, mate. How did you not know I didn't have that link? You bought this, and I could have saved you money. I could have finally come good for God's sake. For all the good you do for me, I could have finally given you something back. Right there, is he? Okay, no, he's hidden. Yeah, I hid the bot so quick that one of the messages came through anyway. No, like they're just the bots. I forgot about it. Ah, well, look. I'm pretty sure that works for all pay-per-views, by the way. I'm pretty sure it does. Pretty sure that link works for all the pay-per-views as well. So you should be good to go on that one. There's another one. He's not the first person to ask me where the pee bottle is. Well, we're not tie and boot. We don't need a pee bottle. We don't need a pee bottle on here. But that tells me you're an old school sub, which is good, which is really good. Can use it next weekend? No, unfortunately not, man. Because, well, one, it's not pay-per-view. It's on Netflix. And two, it's on Netflix. So it's weird, right? You just associate it with the zone. But no, it's on Netflix, unfortunately. So if you've got your Netflix subscription, then you're laughing. But yeah, no, unfortunately not. It would it would be good if you simulate the fight via. No, I'm not going to do that. I am not going to do that. But thank you. Greetings from Oklahoma. And you forgot about that too. Yeah, paying for Netflix prices. I do pay for Netflix, and I have the subscription where you don't get the ads. So it'll be cool. I'll be able to watch that next week, and it'll be a-okay. Man, I haven't watched Tie and Boot in years. I don't even know if he's even still active. Really, these days? I used to watch him. Wait, what? Whoa. Did Ade really just say that? No. Said they'll walk to the ring in 45 minutes. No. No. You can't be. No. That is just. Yeah, that means it's going to. No. They're not going to hold. You can't do that. Leave it go that long? Did he really say that? He said 15 minutes. I was wondering, like, I would sooner believe. I'm not calling you a liar. Of course not, mate. Far from it. But I would tend to believe he probably said 15, because 45 just makes no sense whatsoever. Like, it really, truly does. 45 minutes is just like, that's just, like, why would you, like, especially considering, like, that the fights kind of the last fight went the full 12. So, yeah. Wilder is definitely going to have a rapper with him, I can imagine. This is not me speaking from, like, somewhere, like, outside knowledge. I'm just, if two of the fighters have already had rappers, Wilder, you know, something like that is happening. He said 45. Blah, like, why would you wait 45 minutes for a ring walk? I hope they don't do that. Man, it's 10:30. Yeah, because 45 minutes is going way into 11. It'd be midnight when they get out of the O2. That just doesn't make sense. I can't see how that makes sense. Because I hope that's not the case. I really do. I really hope that's not the case. I am very much hoping that isn't the case with that. And maybe he said 45, thinking maybe it was 15 or something like that. That's what I'm hoping, because I don't think so. I personally don't think he's. Again, I think if he said 45, maybe he meant something else. Maybe he meant like, something else. I won't be doing nothing like that, man. Yeah, Chisora won't be able to get the Northern Line home if that's the case. I think the Northern Line finishes at midnight, isn't it? I think it's midnight that train stops going at. Should be on in 10 minutes. Okay. That makes way more sense as well. You'd be out of there by 11:30. You can easily get the Northern Line home. Malik Scott's a weird, Malik Scott's a weird guy. He really is. He's an odd character. He is odd. I never got the K Abdo. I never got that whole, them. It's really weird because only not long before they got married, he was doing like those weird pictures with that really chubby girl. And like they were weird pictures, and they were the ones he was showing on Instagram. I think he had an OnlyFans account with her where they were like even weirder. They were even weirder. So like, I don't know. To go from that to K Abdo is just I don't know. I really, yeah. It's just, yeah. He might have meant it's on a 45-minute past by accident. Maybe that's a good one. That's a good shout. Maybe that is a good shout. Yeah, I mean, as a fighter, Malik Scott was horrible to watch. As a pundit slash trainer, I'm not seeing much. I'm not seeing much from Malik Scott that's really endearing at all, really, at all. And I'm not surprised Malik can be a little bit corny. I'm sure he probably is. Hiring a guy you beat as a coach. Arturo Gatti had Mickey Ward as a coach at one stage. I don't think he had him as head trainer. I think he just had him in the team. So, look, it's not uncommon, but Malik Scott has done very little as a trainer, and the things he was, yeah, the way he's warming up there, they definitely won't be 45 minutes. No way. Like they're going, like you can tell with Wilder, he's going now. Like yeah, they're definitely not going 45 minutes. No way, no way. Well, I would imagine the main event's going to start reasonably soon. So I know someone said, and people have been saying, they said 45 minutes, but I'm going to stick my neck out and say that in the next 10 minutes, we'll have the main event. I'm going to stick my neck out on the line for his final fight. Yes, I knew we had him in the team, and then he had him as trainer. I'd say that's not fair overall, judging a coach by his fighting ability. Yeah, well, I remember, right, when Chris Eubank Jr. started training with Roy Jones, right? The channel was a lot smaller back then. And I had loads of people when I said Roy Jones probably won't do anything for Eubank saying, how can you say that? Roy Jones was one of the greatest of all time. And this, that, the other. Why wouldn't you want to be trained by him? And I was subsequently proven right. But it's like, he was a great fighter. He wasn't, you wouldn't look at Roy Jones and say, that's how you should fight. Because Roy Jones was just so athletic, he could get away with making mistakes. But just because he was a great fighter doesn't mean he's going to be a good trainer. Like, no one wants Lennox Lewis in their corner. Lennox Lewis gets people knocked out, but he was a great fighter. It's the same in football. Mikel Arteta is a great manager, but he was a good footballer, but he wasn't like game changing or anything like that. He's a great manager, you know. Wait, what? No, I don't. I'm gonna hang on. I don't think it's gonna be 45. I personally don't. But yeah, who said that? No, I reckon it'll be all right. I don't think it's going to be 45 minutes, personally. Arteta was a good player, but what I mean is when you have these, like if you were to, Arteta would be, if you were to use him in a boxing sense, you'd say he'd be a world champion, but he wouldn't be a Lennox Lewis, if that makes sense. He'd be a solid world champion, but he wouldn't be like a Lennox Lewis or a Canelo or someone like that. All right, that's kind of how I describe him as a player. Oh my good Lord. They're doing the warm up, so yeah. Yeah, the bots are in full force tonight, man. The bots are in full force. Yeah, that analogy kind of is the yeah. You would describe him as a boxer. Like, okay, I would class Arteta as kind of like a Kell Brook type fighter. As a manager, like as a player, he was good, win a world title, but he's not at that level of like an Mbappe or a Lampard or a Gerrard, if that makes sense. Who you would say is Lennox Lewis, Canelo, Usyk, that sort of way. That's the kind of way he's good. You'd like him on your team, but there's better. But he can be a great trainer or manager in Arteta's case. Once you hear Sweet Caroline playing, that's it. Yeah. Ade definitely misspoke. Because once you hear Sweet Caroline, yeah, you know what time it is. You know what time it is. I will say I love the Sweet Caroline, but I do think they're overusing it these days. What's your prediction? Chisora to win this fight was bang average. Had him here, Rangers. He was an Everton player for a long time. That's what I was going to say, Everton. He was an Everton player for quite a while. He went from Everton to Arsenal. Was it 2012? He went to Arsenal from Everton, thereabouts. Only time Del Boy ever looks, because we probably knew, oh yeah, they tail of the tape, so we're getting this fight now, guys. Yeah, we're good. We're getting this fight. Someone mentioning Arteta and Kell Brook. No comment. No comment on that. No comment on that one. Kell Brook, let's not go there. Let's not go there with Kell Brook. We won't go there. We won't go there with Kell Brook. Oh dear. Oh dear. Yeah, like someone saying the Sweet Caroline is look, it has its place. It certainly does. And for a fight like this, go for it. But you're hearing it at every event now. You can overuse it. Like Sweet Caroline really, for me, should be for the pay-per-views. That's it. It shouldn't be for, Johnny Fisher, Dave Allen at the copper box. It shouldn't have been for the Telma last weekend in the co-op. It should just be for the mega events. You get the crowd going with Sweet Caroline. It shouldn't be every other one. I'm using the DAZN stream, and I hope you're not jinxing me, but touch wood, we've been A-okay. A-okay. Ring walk now. Why is Wilder walking first? Because I would imagine Chisora is the house fight. Oh, for God's sake. Chisora is the house fighter. Chisora is the higher ranked. So for those reasons, I would imagine that's why. They normally tend to, if say it's a neutral fight, they'll normally give the fighter with the higher rankings and the house fighter the first ring or the second ring walk. Sometimes it's a flip of a coin. Which fight was it for Chisora where he nearly didn't fight because they flipped the coin to see who rocks first? Was it Parker? And there you go. Yeah, Lampard was actually, even though I wasn't a Chelsea fan, Lampard was very good. He was a very good player. He was quality, Frank Lampard. He really was. Wilder going to wear those glasses. Hope Wilder's costume isn't too heavy. Yeah, it was Parker won. They flipped the coin to see who walks to the ring first, and it was It was Chisora who walked it. His mother had to ring him and tell him to stop being Chisora is that's something right there that just sums up Chisora, and you forget about it because of all the other mad stuff he's done. And he does hold IBF belts and stuff like that. There he is. Bronze Bomber. What are those leggings? What on earth are those leggings? Man, they are those leggings are zesty as hell. But Wild, I'm surprised he's not got a rapper walking him to the ring. I'm just gonna say it now because they've been doing it for all the other guys on the card. I'm surprised. I am. Yeah, I was gonna say those legs, they look weird. They look positively weird, those leg and tight, whatever they are. I don't know. If I don't know. Maybe that's an excuse ready, you know. I was wearing leggings and, you know, oh, they cut the blood flow off around my legs. There you go. So I couldn't use my legs. That's why when I went down, it wasn't because I was hurt. It was because they restricted the blood flow because the leggings were too tight. That's something he would say. He's got the fancy mouthpiece in. I mean, like, that's the first thing I noticed when I saw. I was like, what are those leggings he's wearing? Like, they look weird. They actually look bizarre, those leggings. Seriously, they don't look right. Have you ever seen anything like it? He's got lucky legs? Lucky they don't that's a bit harsh. They are very skinny. They are extremely thin legs. Like, he definitely does not do leg day. And you can guarantee that with Deontay Wilder. He does not do no leg day. Reminds him of a giraffe. Wilder is going to get nicked for not showing visible signs of support. Absolute banger, this one. Yeah, this one's going to be a good fight, man. I'm expecting a good fight. I think we're going to have a good match. I'm looking forward to it. I'm going to enjoy this one, man. I'm really going to enjoy this one. I'm really looking forward to it. I'm really looking forward to it. I think it's going to be a good fight. And Chisora, he normally walks to the ring with Hotel California by the Eagles. Yeah, I think Adam even said it there. Yeah, Hotel California by the Eagles. He's always done it, and that suits him. That's a fitting ring walk, and it is. There's certain ring walk songs that are just. I don't even think they're made for boxing. They're just made for a certain fighter. Like, I don't think Spitfire would work with another fighter other than George Groves. That the way his tenacity when he used to walk to the ring with that song, it just worked. Chisora with Hotel California just worked. You've seen other fighters use Red Hot Chili Peppers Can't Stop, and it doesn't do anything. When Klitschko walked to the ring with that, it had a bit of weight to it. Have I ever tried Eritrean food? Never in my life, man. Never in my life. I only tried Turkish food a couple of years ago for the first time. I love it, and it's probably one of my favorite cuisines now. It's amazing how excited we are for this fight. Whatever you say about either fighter's skill, they can still draw a crowd. Of course. Of course. Mike Tyson rarely had music. I don't remember. Well, obviously, I wasn't watching a prime Mike Tyson, but when you watch his fights, you're not watching the ring walk. A lot of his fights, it's just, he's in the ring. I don't know when music, like ring walks, became a thing. Because it's like the WWE. They have the ring entrances, they have the team songs and stuff like that. I think that only kind of came in the 80s, WWE and stuff like that. Ever been to Belfast? Oh yeah, I've been Belfast a few times. I used to go out with a girl from Belfast, actually. She lived down here, but she actually was near Windsor Park, and I have been to Windsor Park as well. I always like when fighters walk out with specific songs. Back in Black with Chisora, Usyk. I love Usyk's song, but I don't. Vasily Zayden. I literally did not know what the name of the song was, but if I ever wanted to listen to it, I just type in Usyk's theme song, and it always came up. Chisora, Hotel California, Triple H, Motorhead. Yep, yeah, Triple H. I'm surprised that more boxers don't use wrestlers' theme songs. Could you imagine someone coming out to Vince McMahon's theme song? Like, that would actually be a good idea. Could you imagine it? Like, someone walking to the ring with No Chance in Hell playing. And the crowd would love it. You get the crowd amped up as well. I think the crowd would absolutely love that as well. Simply the Best by Eubank Sr. Yeah, Pacquiao has Thunderstruck, doesn't he, by AC/DC. That would be hilarious. Could you imagine it? Could you actually just imagine a boxer being ballsy enough to do that in an arena like that, to walk out to Vince McMahon's theme song? That would be ballsy as hell. And the crowd would flippin' love it. There'd be enough WWE fans there. They'd get a reaction. They'd love it to hear that song. I don't think Wilder's going to KO him quick. Here Comes the Money. Yeah, O'Hara Davis did used to use that. It might be too political though with Vince, but that's the one thing. That is the one thing, but it probably would, but they probably wouldn't say like whose song that is. People would know who it is, but they probably, I don't think the commentators would actually say, oh, that's Mr. McMahon's theme song or anything like that. I don't think they would. So I think they'd probably be all right with it. Could you imagine someone using Chris Benoit's theme song? Then you'd have a problem. Probably would have a problem with that one, right? But yeah, I think you'd be all right with Vince McMahon's, and it would absolutely get it would get a good reaction. It really would. It get a crazy reaction as well. Imagine Vince McMahon, no chance in hell. If someone walked out to the Undertaker's team and they did the eyes, that'd be great. Yeah, O'Hara Davis did the Undertaker's team a few times, and it worked. Like, I don't understand why more guys don't do it, because it works, sort of. You know, you listen to, and Stone Cold's team. I don't know if Stone Cold's team would work, because it's so associated with Austin. I think with Vince McMahon, like, you could see someone walk into the ring with that, but with Steve Austin, that's just the glass shattering, out he comes, and nah, I don't think so. Who's your pick? I've got Chisora winning this fight, man. I've got Chisora winning this fight. And actually, just so we can timestamp, like, get ourselves in sync with everything, I'll put the volume up so we have this, so we'll be able to say, right, this is when it's starting, etc., etc., etc. So they're introducing Chisora, and then we should get the. That's the problem. Someone saying Benoit's song was good. I've seen Colby Covington use Kurt Angle's music as well. Yeah, Chris Benoit's music was legit. Like, that's a good ring walk song. But yeah, you never hear anyone use that today. I mean, that's way too. I mean, given what, because you'll go down a rabbit hole then with Chris Benoit. You'll be like, oh, what song is that? Who? Oh, who's Chris? Yeah, that's what would happen there. At least with Vince McMahon, everyone knows him, and you know you just everyone knows him. So I think you'd be all right. I agree with you. Deontay Wilder has genuinely no back foot game. Yeah, he will be. Wilder's 2 left feet. Man literally has 2 left feet in there. That's the problem. If he had decent footwork, even if he didn't have the right hand again, I'd say he'd probably win it. Well, he'd do a lot better. But his footwork is it's awful. It's just awful. I bet Chisora does have a bad smell? As in, you think he smells bad? I have heard fighters, not about Chisora obviously, but some fighters say that they won't like bathe for like the week of the fight. So when they're in the clinch, they're not only having the fighters not having to think, oh, I'm tired. They're thinking, oh my god, this guy smells. That's what I've heard. Not about Chisora, but just in general. Let's have a listen to this. The atmosphere at fever pitch, the beautiful boxing cauldron. That is the epic O2 Arena in London for 2 legends, 2 gladiators, 2 extraordinary personalities in the most glamorous division. Let's go. This battle of the ages. Round 1. Let's go. Oh, there is what I expected. Chisora trying to get underneath the jab of Deontay Wilder early on. Wilder is going to need to let that right hand go. He's going to need to get that right hand working. Look what Chisora's trying to do. Straight off the bat, he's trying to maul him. Straight off the bat. I need to be careful as well and make sure no bots get chucked in, because I'm not watching the chat. I'm going to be watching mainly this action. And look at that. Wilder, straight away, he's getting backed up. Straight away, he's trying to hold. And Wilder's never been 1-4 hold. Look how wide his stance is as well. Like, look how wide apart he's leaving his stance. And that's what I mean. You're going to leave yourself off balance. And he's not able, see, he can't keep Chisora off him. Straight off, I told you, I knew this would happen. And what he was doing there was his stance was so wide, right? I spot that, get rid of that. His stance was so wide that when he moves back, his balance is gone. Like even walking back in a straight line, oh wait, those body shots getting sank in. Even walking back in a straight line. And Wilder, like, you're not going to ragdoll Chisora. It's just not going to happen. So I knew this was going to happen. I had a feeling. But it's a 12-rounder. Chisora, that's more like it from Wilder. Keep that jab hand out, make him come in. And see, Chisora's trying to uncork that right hand. Wilder knows that. So he is trying to get out of there quick. Because if he uncorks that right hand on Wilder's chin, that's it. It's a wrap. So Chisora really working hard to try and get in. No, nothing on that jab. Good uppercut from Deontay Wilder, but Chisora attacking the body again. And Wilder, he is looking a little bit uncomfy in there already. He is looking a little bit, and he ate that right hand there. There's not as much on that right hand. And as I said, Wilder, he can still punch hard on the back foot, but is he really putting all that much force into that right hand these days? A minute left in round number 1. Chisora not playing around, and Wilder, he looks a little bit shell-shook in there. I'm not gonna lie, he looks a little bit. Oh, there was a big right hand. Just missed Derek Chisora. Didn't look like it had that much weight on it. Like that old right hand was fast. It was sharp. It was just crazy accurate. And Wilder, he's got a guy coming in. He needs to try and hit him with, like, not do that. What he just did there, that's silly. Swing a left hook with no one there. And Chisora, this is what I said, you know, he picks his moments. He takes his time. He looks to close the range. And he looks to come in and land those shots. Well, that's what he's trying to do. And look at that. Look at that. What the hell? What the? Whoa. What the? What's he doing in there? What the hell? You could get your man disqualified for that. What the hell was the guy doing in the ring? Like, that just could have got yourself DQ'd for that. So what's he? He's not going to do anything, I would imagine. What is he saying? Okay. I was going to say, what the hell was he doing getting in the ring? Like, the trainer, like, that's stupid. You could have gotten disqualified for that. I knew they weren't going to do it in the first round, but that's a really stupid thing to do. Wilder is allergic to jabbing. It would appear that way. It absolutely would. It won't go 12 rounds like that. But God blimey. What on earth was that corner man thinking? Just jumping in the ring for that? Man, you can get yourself DQ'd for doing that. Or your fighter DQ'd. Bloody hell. That was silly. That was a really, really silly thing to do right there. So what we saying? How did that round go, guys? What are we thinking about that? I gave that round to Chisora. Just on activity. Let's see this again, right? So the clinching, oh my God, the rapid punching. And then look at what on earth was that? And then, that was all right, round 2 is underway. That was an interesting first round, to say the least. And look at this again. These two ain't playing. These two ain't playing. And if it goes like this, Wilder is letting Chisora, oh, that was a good right hand, but Chisora backs Deontay Wilder up. And he seems to, whenever he fights guys like this, who are tall, but they don't really know how to use their height and reach, like Wilder clearly doesn't. He seems to be able to get in and have a field day with him. And, like, look at that. Like, Wilder, that was a decent uppercut. Oh, that was a decent. Oh, wow. Oh, oh. What the hell? He hurt him there. He hurt Chisora with that right hand. Are we seeing a bit of the old Wilder? Big right hand went in. Chisora's hurt, man. He fell. Oh. Man, they are throwing bombs in there. Man. I think Chisora felt that right hand, people. The one he was hit with in the corner. And yeah, they ain't playing, man. There's still over a minute and a half to go in this round. All right, this is fun. This is fun. I'm liking this. This is fun. Oh, that's a big body attack from Chisora, and he caught Wilder with a right hand as well there. And now he's throwing punches up close. Oh, last time they came to this part of the ring, the boat nearly went tumbling over the top rope. But man, neither of these guys are playing around. Now Wilder is putting a little bit more on that jab. He has an opportunity to throw that right hand there, and he's not doing it. And he is trying to back Chisora up. We've less than a minute to go. We've 55 seconds left in this second round, and this fight is fun, man. I'm enjoying this fight. They are fighting at a fun pace. I'm liking this. I'm liking what I'm seeing. And Chisora trying to attack the body, and what? That's not a knockdown. It's not a good sign you're already losing your balance now, though. With Chisora. That was a bit of a... that right hand looked like it could have just went around the back of the head of Derek Chisora. He didn't complain, but he is looking tired already. Chisora already is looking a little bit tired. And that is not good. But they have fought this fight at a... oh, that was a big right hand that got through. Wilder takes it. But has that... oh, that was a close-up right hand. Wilder took it well, though. Wilder did take it well. Legs look fine. But Chisora's he always looks tired from early on in fights. It's the way he fights. I'm sorry if I bounced off that mic there. But yeah, that is the second round done. That was fun. Oh my God, these bots. They're just non-stop. It's never ending with these bots. Bloody Nora. But people, there's currently at this minute in time, we have over 300 people in the building. If you could, please consider hitting the like and hitting the subscribe button. That right hand did buzz Chisora. It definitely did. Look at that, yeah. Didn't have that much power on it, though. Or it didn't seem to have that much weight on it, but Chisora definitely felt that. He absolutely felt that. How do we have that round going? One apiece. It is fun. Chisora's already knackered. Like, he can't fight. There's no way. Like, this is a 12-rounder. He's fought 6 minutes, and he already looks done. He's got another half hour to go. In terms of fighting time, he's got another 30 minutes to go. So there's no way he's going to be able to do this for 30 more minutes. Having said that, if he can land a big shot, then that's it. It's a wrap. Because I think he has the power to hurt Deontay Wilder. But I think Wilder is showing that he still has something left, and he has a bit of power as well. But it's very messy. Like, look at this. It's extremely messy in this round here. Both guys, I mean, that's the thing. Both guys, when they get close, and Wilder is throwing that uppercut, and he's getting closer with it. But these guys are extremely messy. Extremely messy. Oh, that right hand. Very nearly great. Oh. Now, Carl Frampton's given both rounds. Now, I don't know how he can manage to give the first round to Deontay Wilder. He literally didn't do anything. But he gave that round. Okay, I don't agree with Frampton scorecards. I tend to agree with the fan zone, one apiece. I mean, the first round was all Chisora. Literally, it was all Chisora. I don't know how Carl Frampton scored that one to Deontay Wilder. But yeah, this is getting a little bit more intriguing. Chisora is definitely slowing the pace down. Wilder just using that jab. But Chisora just looking to come in and attack whenever he gets a chance. But Wilder is actually being a little bit more... it would be a little bit more precise. He's getting that jab going. Feet are not as far apart as they were in the first round, and he's just wrapping up Derek Chisora whenever he gets close, not letting Chisora work. And Chisora doing what he so often does in these fights. He just ducks down, lies on the ropes, and just lets the referee break them. And trying to slip underneath that jab and that right hand of Deontay Wilder, trying to go to the body. But again, Wilder has a long reach. Chisora has to think about that to try and get past it. Now he gets Wilder up close and he starts hitting him to the body, hitting him with that free right hand. That's a great part of inside fighting, by the way. You can use inside fighting when you're up close like that. If you have the free hand, that's what it's there for. That's what it's there for. You have the free hand, let it go. Wilder misses with that left hand there. Chisora takes a right hand, though, from Deontay Wilder as well, as both guys end up in a clinch. Fury, Chisora, trying to get that right hand up close going. Wilder isn't letting him. He has that right hand somewhat scouted, but this is the problem. He's so off balance when he does that, and he lets himself get backed up to the rope then. Literally, There's a wide stance in boxing that you can use at times, but that one is just, I don't. Oh, that was close. If that right-handed landed for Chisora, would have been all she wrote. If that right-handed landed for Wilder, it would have been all she wrote. What is he doing? Whoa, 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 whoa! What is he doing? Do not. Well, Wilder definitely has the killer instinct back. I can tell you that. That was madness from Chisora. Look, man, that was crazy. What happened there? Like, that's what I want to know. Bloody hell, like, you can't just do that. Like, I don't really like begrudge Wilder for doing it because the referee was like, what are you doing? Like, you can't just, what was that about? Wow, man. Like, that's just asking for trouble. What was that about? That was actually crazy what he just did there. That was crazy. I want to see a replay of that because it just, what was that about? And that's another round for Wilder, by the way. So I've got it 2-1. Round 1 to Chisora, rounds 2 and 3 to Deontay Wilder. But I want to, they're not showing a replay. They're not showing, what was that about? That was weird. All right, round 4 is underway. And Wilder, straight off the bat, letting that right hand go. I have no idea what that was about. This does have a kind of WWE kind of feel to it. That was just so weird. Like, just stopping the action for literally what? Oh, that's a good body shot from Chisora, though. Whenever he gets up close, he is working the body, and Wilder is clinching a lot in there. Wilder's never been a clincher. And that's one thing about him. He is tall, he's rangy. He's never been one to clinch. But he's never fought someone like, he's fought we caught Chisora coming in there. He's fought shorter heavyweights before, but he's never fought a short heavyweight like this, who's just coming in trying to literally ragdoll him every chance he gets. He's fought people like Stavern who are plotters, and Stavern will give you range. Like, he'll try and actually fight you on the outside, which is a completely silly thing to do. It really is. But someone's saying Wilder's looking good. He's not looking too bad. He isn't looking too bad. What did he do? Chisora just motioned to the referee something was wrong and wanted him to just kind of like call time out. And the referee was like, what the hell, I can't do that. And Wilder rightly tried to punch because he didn't say break or anything. He was like, well, we're still fighting. And Chisora's losing his shape a little bit in there. He put, oh, wait, what the hell? This is messy. Wilder brought down, pulled down. This getting messy in there. He's definitely getting out muscled, but he's actually clinching and he's coming so close with that uppercut. Like, if that uppercut lands, yeah, that was weird. I don't even know. But this is it. One thing you will say, right? This fight is messy as hell. This fight has been extremely messy. It's not like, say, like in a Talma fight that we watched here last week, where, you know, you were seeing a good display, you were seeing clean punching. This is messy, extremely, extremely messy in here from both guys. With 45 seconds to go. That's a nice 1-2 from Deontay Wilder. Misses with a right hand, tries to get the right hand up close to Chisora. He's doing a great job at just keeping Chisora at bay. Chisora lands a right hand on Deontay Wilder. He felt that. He's saying it's back of the head. No, it wasn't back of the head. What are you doing? What are you talking about? Oh, and Chisora knows he's hurt him. He's buzzed him slightly. He was saying that was around the back of the head. It wasn't anywhere flipping near the back of the head, Deontay. No way. 20 seconds to go. Chisora's had a little bit of success. He needs to... Oh! Did he hurt? Oh, he's got the tongue out. He's hurting there. 10 seconds left. Right hand from Derek Chisora, or right hand from Wilder. Little short left hand. Oh, that was on the top of the head. And that's a body attack. Look at this to end the round from Chisora. That is what you call inside fighting. Bell comes. Ooh-wee. This is the fun. I'm not even gonna lie, I'm enjoying this fight, lads. It's fun. It's a fun fight. I'm enjoying it. Noel Gallagher from Oasis. Complaining it was the back of the head. I know. That's just like, that was clearly nowhere near the back of the head. That was clearly, and Tony Bellew was there. Tony Bellew was there with Chisora. Can you imagine? Can you imagine how loud he must be? He must be screaming the place. Let's see this again. Oh, lovely right hand. And that did hurt him. There's a guy in there who's absolutely losing his mind in the thing. Look at that lovely right hand, backs him up. It wasn't that right hand he was talking. There was another one that landed and he was like back of the head. BS. Look at that. Didn't I say Bellew would lose it? All right, this is getting good now, lads. Round 5. This is fun. I'm enjoying this. I'm genuinely. There seemed like a Bellew. Look at Bellew. Ah, man. When they did that behind closed doors fight with Chisora versus Usyk, all you could hear was Bellew screaming. I did think that was a proper nose breaker punch as well. The way it landed, Wilder's I'm sure been hitting the nose many times, but that was a proper one that if you hit him just right, it'll hurt. And Chisora would gain so much confidence from that. But that uppercut is so dangerous from Deontay Wilder because he's getting closer with it every time. But Wilder is struggling to keep. Oh, that's a big right hand from Chisora that goes in. Just loops that, and it does land on Deontay Wilder. That jab is labored. Oh, Chisora is really pushing forward now. Really pushing forward now. This is getting good, people. This is getting good. 2 minutes to go in round number 5. If there was a little bit longer in that 5th round, or last round, that would have been even more interesting. Right hand misses from Deontay. Oh, that's not a knockdown. That is silliness, really. That is absolute silliness. Get up. What was that about? He didn't even lean on you. He did lean on him, but not that hard. Never. Every fighter's touched down at least once in a round this fight, and none of them have been knockdowns. They've just all been silly. Just going. The referee needs to have a word. He's doing a pretty bad job in there. Yeah, AJ is having a whale of a time in there. And look at him. Look at him there. He's loving life. So look at him. I'm looking at AJ, and he's every time a big shot goes in, he's having a flipping blast of a time in there. Oh, those jabs, which is oh, that was a big right hand. That was a big right hand. They were weird shots from Wilder. Oh, every time he lets that right hand go, it just looks so dangerous for both of them. There's a bit of a lull now in the action. I'm just waiting to see what's going to happen next. Oh, that's not a knock. Ah, come on. It's getting kind of silly now with the knockdowns and stuff. A little bit. It's getting kind of silly for me. It's definitely a slugfest. Oh, my days. He did, yeah. But it's these knockdowns are getting, like, they're not even knockdowns. What am I saying? Knockdowns. But Wilder's taking a few right hands in this round. Chisora, he's picking his spots very carefully. It was entertaining. It's entertaining, but it's messy. The old man wants to let him down. 15 seconds left in round 5. I'm amazed if we're going to get to the 12 rounds. Honestly, I don't know how. You think Wilder has fear in his eyes? I wouldn't necessarily say that, personally. I wouldn't know necessarily. Round 6, round 5 is going to come to an end now. Just waiting for the bell. Thought it would end there, but clearly not. It should be ending any second now. Hence the reason neither fighter is doing anything. There we go. Oh, a knockdown's coming. I can assure you on that. A knockdown is definitely coming. Oh, this is fun. It's an entertaining fight. It is, but yeah, the constant, falls and stuff like that, that is getting a little bit silly. It is. It genuinely is. It is a little bit silly. But I'm not disliking this. This has been fun. This has been pretty damn fun. I ain't gonna lie. As we wait. Oh yeah, any words? Oh no, that's sorry. Never mind. I'm thinking of something different. I was thinking of something different. I was gonna ask anyone in the chat what's the situation with the Caroline Dubois fight. I forgot that's tomorrow. That's tomorrow. Because I just seen a thing on Instagram there, and I was like, oh crap, Caroline Dubois, what's happening? No, it's tomorrow. She's fighting tomorrow. And by the way, 360 in the building. If you could, please hit the like button, please hit subscribe, and hit the notification bell. I would greatly appreciate it. We are into round number 6, and someone must have heard Derek Chisora, because someone in the chat said Chisora needs to jab, and that's exactly what he's doing. Wilder is not, Wilder's legs don't look particularly underneath him. I just noticed, that was a good uppercut. That was a good little uppercut. He's been throwing that consistently all night, and he's been landing with it as well. I think he needs to put a bit more meat like that on it, and then we're going to see something with it. He's throwing more punches than I've seen in the last couple of years, to be honest with you, Deontay Wilder. But he's in there against Chiz. Oh, that's an opportunity there for you. Be careful. Look at that. Very sloppy. And the referee, well, I mean, why did the referee didn't need to split them there? What was that about? That was bad refereeing again. I'm just saying that he didn't need to split them there. Chisora's line, and that's his own fault. From who? From bad refereeing from the referee in this fight. Chisora lying on the ropes, referee split them. He shouldn't be doing that. 1 minute and 55 left in round number 6. Chisora, really, you got Dell in round 9, 25 pound. You'll make a nice profit if that comes true. You might be onto something with that one. Wilder still letting the right hand go, but Chisora still very active. Misses with the uppercut, Deontay Wilder. No strength to keep Chisora off of him. And he's getting hit with body shots as well at the same time, but Chisora just kind of falls into him there. Wilder in the corner as the referee tries to break them, as both guys are in a clinch. Referee is, AJ is loving it. He is having the time of his life in there. Loving life, so he is. AJ is absolutely loving life in there. But Del Boy, as you say, he definitely won't give up. He definitely won't. Referee jumped in as soon as, shouldn't be doing that. It's not how you do things. 1 minute left. Wilder just misses with a right hand, but he actually lands a little close-up right hand there. He lands a little short close-up right hand as we got 50 seconds left in this round. It's been, someone said, a crazy fight. Certainly been that. It's had a lot of funny moments in it. But we are, I think, getting into a stage now where one of these is going to make a mistake and one of them is going to get caught. We've 30 seconds left in round number 6. We are coming into the second half of this fight now as well, people. We're coming into the second half of this fight. And this is interesting. This is getting altogether interesting. Oh, look at that. Oh, Wilder takes some close-up right hands. He is definitely feeling them because he is clinching a lot there and he is holding on to him. And thank you, my friend. I appreciate it. Big uppercut from Wilder as he backs himself up to the ropes and he misses with a right hand there. The accuracy in that right hand is just non-existent. And that's another thing as well, right? The accuracy in that right hand, like that, was so good years ago. It's not the same now. It's noticeably not the same. The accuracy is not there in the right hand these days. I haven't seen it. Is he cut above the eye? I actually have not seen that. Oh, is there? If there is, it's only a little, very small cut. And he's got Russ Amber as the cut man, one of the best cut men in boxing, by the way. Very small little gash. Oh, a lovely uppercut from Deontay Wilder. He's been finding a home for that shot all night. But Chisora, man, he's still game. Took that right hand on the chin, no problem. Took that right hand on the chin, absolutely no problem. I want to look at AJ in the crowd again because he is absolutely loving it in there. He's having the time of his life. Round 7, halfway through this fight. And Chisora, once again, on the front foot, backing Deontay Wilder up to the ropes and unleashing with some combinations. Wilder, there's an uppercut. Does not stop Chisora in his tracks in the slightest. You do wonder how much power is he putting into some of these shots. Because the Wilder of old stopped people with that uppercut, like he did Luis Ortiz all those years ago. He ain't stopping Chisora in his tracks. And we're halfway through this fight, and it's going to be interesting to see what way the scorecards. Carl Frampton has a 3 apiece. 3 apiece. Now, I disagree with him giving Wilder the first round. I felt Chisora won that round. So therefore, you could have it maybe 2-4, 3-3. Nip and tuck fight, though. Nip and tuck type of a fight. We've got 2 minutes left. In round number 3, that's a big left hand that Chisora lands. It's not a flush right, so it won't cause Wilder that many problems, you would imagine. These old men in the fight game respect. They're definitely old, but they are definitely fighting men. They ain't playing around. They definitely ain't doing that. They are not playing around. Oh, that's oh, Wilder, your technique is just, how he gets away with some of these mistakes, or how he got away with them in his prime, is beyond me. Because some of these mistakes he makes are just like, they're insane when you see them. And look at those body shots from Chisora going in. Wilder's got to be feeling them, because he is paper thin. And those body attacks, they just, man, they're going to knock the stuffing out of you. I would imagine after this fight, Wilder, if he is tested, that P is going to be quite red, because that body is getting hit a lot in there. A lot. And Wilder as a heavyweight, probably not used to actually being hit to the body. Probably isn't. He probably isn't used to it at all, because he's normally fighting. That was a left hook that just grazed Deontay Wilder. Chisora's the more active, definitely. Wilder's trying to catch him coming in, and he's just letting Chisora come in, and Chisora's just having a field day with him. Like that. He misses with the right hand completely there. There's nothing on that. The jab just not going to keep you at bay. And Chisora gets up close, pins Deontay Wilder back, and there you go. He starts on offloading. Literally, that's what he's just done. So let's go. 20 seconds left. The left hook was powerful. Well, he's never been known Wilder for his left hook. Never really. 10 seconds left in round 7. Neither guy at the end of this round is going to do anything. Although I say that while Wilder throws a decent shot. And actually, that's not a... Whoa! What the hell? That was... all right. Oh, boy. That's how you end the round, isn't it? No comment. Down they go. Yep. Dubois would smash... Oh, Dubois would have a field day with both these guys. It'd be over by now. Dubois would destroy Chisora. In his prime, he had power to make the mistakes. In his prime, which it seems like a long time ago, and that knockdown, Wilder was losing it. I was thinking, is he going to hit him while he's down? Because he looked mad. He didn't look like a happy camper at all there, Deontay Wilder. He really didn't. Did not look a happy camper. And I was only going to say, I think I was going to say, I think we're going to get through a round where neither guy is dragged to the canvas. Boy, was I wrong. That didn't happen. They both got dragged down. As we go into round 8, someone in the chat earlier said he's 25 pounds on round 9. We're getting closer, man. He gets rid of him in the next round. You've made a bomb. I say you get a fair bit, 25 pound back for picking him around. I say you get a fair bit back for that. So you get a decent amount. 4-3 Chisora. Yeah, Chisora is definitely winning these rounds. Wilder had his few rounds, but Chisora is definitely taking control. And he just has more left in the tank. Look at that. Backs Wilder up and just starts unloading these big, powerful shots. Wilder is not a clincher, and he's doing that. And here we go. I think that's why it's so sloppy when it gets up close, because Wilder just doesn't have a clinch game. As we see Tony Bellew cheering Derek Chisora on. I would imagine the same for AJ. Is letting them... Yeah, referee's done a terrible job. He really has. It's been abysmal. It really has. 4-3, not close. 4-3 is very close. 4-3 is basically just one round in it. Well, not really. It's not even that. If one round to draw. So it's a close fight. Oh, that was big right hand. Wilder took it well, though. Wilder took it very well. Oh, he's hurt Chisora. Oh, he hurt Chisora back. Chisora's hurt. Oh, Chisora's hurt, man. He's backed up. Oh, look at the... Oh, man, Chisora is hurt. Wilder has always had that. He's always been a good finisher, but Chisora, fair play. He's able to ride that storm. Oh, man. And they clinch. A big right hand from Chisora goes in, and an even bigger right hand from Deontay Wilder goes in. I'm amazed Chisora's still on his feet. He's hurt. Chisora's still hurt, man. Oh, and down he goes. That's a knockdown. I'll call that a knockdown. That is a knockdown. Yes, he was right to call that a knockdown. He's okay, but that's a knockdown. That's legit. Right? What we doing? Wilder has always been a finisher. Has always been a good finisher. Chisora sits there on the ropes. Look at this. Wilder is waiting. He's waiting to pull that trigger. That's not a knockdown, but that is silly that's silly from Chisora. What are you doing? What are you doing? That is silly. Chisora's done, man. He might get a point for that. Or will he? But Chisora looks done. That's not Wilder's fault. That's not Wilder's fault. What are you having to go with him for? This referee, man, this referee is a joke. Is he docking a point? That is not Wilder's fault at all. What happened there? Wow. And he's given Chisora every chance to recover from that, which he probably now has. That's ridiculous. That's actually ridiculous. But Wilder knows he can hurt him, and he has dropped him. That referee is a joke. I've never seen this referee before. I certainly don't recall seeing him. Wow. I mean, that's a joke. This referee. Oh, there's another right hand that goes in from Deontay Wilder as well on Chisora. Chisora's backed up. He's hurt. Man, he is hurt. His legs don't look right. Chisora, he knows it's near the end of the round. There's a right hand that goes in. But Chisora is hurt, man. And these guys are swinging it out. Look at that. He must be a misfits ref. That referee is a joke. Like, this referee has been a disgrace. Like, I never thought I'd find myself saying, where's Howard Foster? But, like, this referee, like, what's he doing? It's a terrible job. Really bad. Let's have a look at the replay of this. Who said that? I'd suggest. Oh, I thought someone was saying to me. I was like, I'm literally drinking water here. At A with AJ. There you go. Gee, when Wilder had Chisora in the corner, he seems to say, I love you. Oh, like Shawn Michaels, Ric Flair, I love you. That was weird. That just the way that referee was just, oh man, that right hand was lovely. Look at that. Hurts Chisora. It backs him up. A Wilder looks to go. That's the old Wilder. That's the Wilder we remember. That is the Wilder we remember. And that was a legit knockdown. I'd call that a knockdown. Punch went in. Right, round number 9. Well, the referee is shocking. Shocking in this fight. Absolutely shocking. Was Defo sat on the ropes? Yeah. And Wilder did get a point deducted. That's disgraceful. He didn't even do anything. That wasn't his fault. So that's bad refereeing. That's really bad stuff from the referee. And if Wilder loses this by a point, that's the reason. Because that's shocking stuff. He didn't do anything. And Chisora backing Wilder up. There's the body shots go in again. They're hurting him. He's not liking those body shots. He definitely isn't liking them body shots. And Chisora looking to go in, looking to actually get a bit more pressure on Wilder. Wilder's problem is, right, he just keeps moving back with that long, like, his feet are too wide apart. He's moving back. And Chisora wants to back Wilder up, and he's letting him do it. Every chance he gets, he's letting he's backing Deontay Wilder up. That's what he's doing. And the one thing is, Wilder is kind of dangerous as well, because he's caught Chisora with a couple of short counters up close. But he gets outworked a lot. But Chisora is doing this again. He's backing it. Oh, that was a nice left hand that he landed up close. Now they're going at it again. Referee, let them fight. I'd let them fight. They're not doing anything. Yeah. Till this day. Body shots again going in by Derek Chisora. 1 minute and 15 to go in round 9. We may very well get the full 12 out of this. Who knows? Oh, there's a right hand from Deontay Wilder. And a right hand up close to boot from Derek Chisora. Literally just over 1 minute left in round number 9. And this has been a fun little round. It's been a fun fight. And Wilder still looking to get that right hand going. Chisora just misses with a right hand there. Wilder just kind of gives him a look and a bit of a smile. But Chisora backs him up and he lands another right hand there. But there's some short shots up close from Deontay Wilder. It's a better round this from Wilder, I got to say. He's winning this round. At least for me, he is. 39 seconds left. Chisora now swinging these wild right hands. Zero accuracy on them. Zero. None on that one at all there. None. So Wilder oh, that was a nice little check left hook from Deontay Wilder. What are we seeing here? We actually seeing that was a right hand that went in. Chisora has to hold. And we're into the last 15 seconds of this round 9. We are nearing the end. And Wilder has only ever won one decision his whole career, and that was against Stavern. Could we be seeing him going to the scorecards again? Chisora swinging a miss there. This is not the Wilder we saw against Zhang. And it's definitely not the Wilder we saw against Parker. A lot more animated, a lot more aggressive. Well, we're going into round 10. And Wilder is actually starting to take over. That was a good round by Deontay Wilder. I believe anyway it was. What we thinking in the chat, people? What we all thinking? Man, this fight's been weird. This fight has been hilarious, but it has been weird as hell. It's been a war at times, and at other times it's been as sloppy as anything. So what we thinking? Lost money. Okay. Oh yeah, you had £25 on round 9. Well, 9 minutes left. Surprised we got this far, to be honest with you. I really am. Especially with the way they were fighting early on. I was thinking, yeah, they're getting knocked out. The fact that we've only had one knockdown as well in this fight is crazy. Round 10 is now underway. And if anyone is going to get a knockout, looks like it's going to be Wilder at this stage because he seems to still have a little bit more left in the tank. Oh, that was a nice lead left hook from Deontay Wilder. Another one. Letting the left hooks go. Leading with left hooks. Jesus, I never thought I'd see that. Never thought I'd see that from Deontay Wilder. Him lead with left hooks. That's crazy. Wilder's always just been a straight 1-2 type of guy. And literally it's just been throw the jab to set the right hand up. And he hit Chisora with a little right hand on the top of the head there. Yes, and actually lands another right hand there. And just keeps that jab popping out. Chisora looking to launch these attacks. But every now and again, he just backs up. Because Chisora wants to stay on the ropes and look to launch an overhand right. Look to launch an overhand right and try and catch Wilder. I think Wilder's familiar with that now and he's not letting him do it. And he's making Chisora want to come forward. That was a lead left hook and actually landed and grazed Chisora on the chin slightly. Chisora is knackered, by the way. You can tell there he's got literally no energy left. Hence the reason he's just wanting Wilder to come and just try and, well, punch himself out. That's literally all he's doing. Chisora's not doing anything. He's just sat there on the ropes. And he's going to lose these rounds if he does that because he's not doing anything. And Wilder's too reluctant to let the big shots go. Like, he lets a right hand go there, but Chisora's able to see it coming. He's too reluctant, Deontay Wilder, to actually throw these shots. And that right there is just crazy what they're doing. Like, he's sat in a corner not doing anything, and Wilder doesn't really want to do anything either. This is and there you go. There's a right hand from Chisora. First right hand he's thrown for, I think, the whole round. And Wilder just fights his way back to the other side of the ropes. Body shot goes in from... Oh, that was a big right hand. That was a big right hand. Saw the sweat fly off Deontay Wilder, and he's holding. But he took it well. He took that right hand well. There's less than a minute to go in this round. Misses with the uppercut, Deontay Wilder. The shot he was throwing a lot in this fight. Does not want to have his hands down that low. That is not a good idea. I would not be recommending you do that. Seriously, I would not in the slightest be recommending you do that. All right, 35 seconds left. This has been a Wilder round. You have to score it to Wilder. One right hand shouldn't change that. Although saying that, there's another one. And there's a left hand that lands in on Deontay Wilder. Is he hurt from that? He's holding on. Holding on to Derek Chisora there. And he is just about as tired as Chisora is. Referee has a word, but he didn't do anything. Like, what the that referee, all right, if Wilder complains, if Wilder loses this fight and complains about the referee, I'll agree with him wholeheartedly. I won't say for a second that he's being, you know, delusional or anything, I'll say, yeah, the referee did a shocking job. I'll completely agree. He'll be right about the referee if he says the referee. Oop. The bots have been good. The bots haven't been that bad for a little while, but here they are. Wilder would get, let's not use the word, but you're saying unalived. We'll just say it like that. Oh, people, we are not a million miles off. We're near the end. So let's have a look at this right hand that Chisora landed. Boom, side of the head. There it is. Right, round 11 is underway. Let's go. 6-4 to Wilder. Yeah. Think Wilder, you could have him ahead at this point. Although it has to be said that that point deduction was ridiculous. That was absolutely disgraceful. So Frampton has Wilder 3 ahead. The fans have it even, dead even. And this could be close on the scorecards, people. Oh, that's a good jab from Chisora. Wilder, to be fair, is, people say he's chinny. He's taken a few right hands in this fight and he's still going strong. And this is the round he was stopped by Tyson Fury in all those years ago. So he's not had good luck in round 11s. But he's see, oh, there's a right hand. That's a right hand that lands from Deontay Wilder. That's a good jab as well on Derek Chisora. His power in that right hand is gone. It's not what it once was. He stunned Chisora a couple of times, but the power is not like what we saw all those years ago, where Wilder just laid people out with that right hand. He touched you and you'd be done. It's not that case anymore. And now he's packed up to the corner, and Chisora is letting some body shots go. At least been boring. I don't think it's been a boring fight at all. I think it's been a good fight. I think the referee is doing an absolutely appalling job, but it's actually been a good fight. As I said, I never thought I'd see myself saying I wish we had a Howard Foster in there, because honestly, this referee has done an absolutely horrendous job. Awful. Horrific. Who the hell is this guy anyway? Why is he refereeing this bout? 1:20 left. And Wilder still letting that jab go. Chisora, oh, that right hand had nothing on it. Landed on Wilder, but it had absolutely nothing on it. Right, referee breaks both fighters. Those leggings are actually might be helping Deontay Wilder. Wilder he is looking to get that right hand going. You can see when he does that kind of stance like that he's ready to cock a right hand. But Chisora starts walking back to the ropes and he's having to reset himself. There's a right hand that goes in. That landed. Oh, that right hand hurt him. That hurt Chisora. Oh, he's knocked near. That's a knockdown. Mate, that's a knockdown. That's literally a knockdown. Yeah, I was going to say, yeah, that's a knockdown. I knew it. That was a flipping knockdown. He knocked him out of the ring, but that was a knockdown. So Wilder knocks Chisora down. There's another right hand that goes in. Round 11 for Deontay Wilder. He's got 11th round knockouts before, like against you. Oh, he's hurt with that one. And that's a knockdown for Deontay Wilder. He's saying it was a slip. No, that was a knockdown. Oh, referee calls it a knock. The referee calls it a slip. Damn. Call that one a slip. And these are going at it again. Oh. Punch after the bell. Wow. That looked like a knockdown to me. Okay, I want to see a replay. That looked like a knockdown. Oh, he was off balance. But still, if punch landed, it's a knockdown. This is all right, man. We're going into the 12th round. This has been fun. I'm not even gonna lie. I've enjoyed this. I've actually enjoyed this. I really have. I've enjoyed this show. Yeah. So Wilder. What I call that, and okay, so there's the jab that goes in. It backs Chisora up to the ropes. Punch goes in. Yeah, that doesn't look as much of a knockdown now. A knockdown thereabouts. Well, I would like to see a replay of Wilder going down, because it did look like something went in, but clearly it didn't. If they're not even showing a replay of it. Round 12. Yeah, the Chisora knockdown shouldn't really have been called that. Looking at the replay, it was like, yeah, a punch didn't go in. And this referee, again, he's done a horrible job. He really has. He really, truly has. This is Misfits in a nutshell. Misfits in a nutshell. So 2 minutes and 30 to go. Wilder should be winning this fight, especially now that he has the knockdown, the extra knockdown as well. So he really should be winning this, but you never know. He's only ever gone to the scorecards. How many times has he? He's only ever gone to the scorecards 3 times his whole career. He's won 1, lost 1, and drawn 1. And now he's getting hit by Derek Chisora in this final round. We've still got 2 minutes to go. You never know what might happen, but we've got this far. Let's see what happens. Chisora is putting it on Wilder now. He's letting those body shots go, and he's hitting him to the head as well. Chisora's got to go for broke. He's behind. Chisora's got to go for broke. He's clearly behind in this fight. And look at this. Wilder leaving that jab hand out. Oh. He's feeling them body shots as well. Something happened in the audience? Really? Oh, yeah. They're looking up that way. So there must be a fighters. Yeah, security are going over that way. Yeah, we do love a fight. Look at the dudes. Yeah, they're all looking that way. Do wonder what's happening. There's always a fight in the audience. Someone always gets rowdy. And Chisora missing wildly with that, but he does actually land something there. Frampton has Wilder a mile ahead. The fan scorecards have Deontay Wilder ahead as well. A minute left for Chisora in his 50th fight. Wilder could be getting a world title shot, people. He could genuinely be getting a world title shot off the back of this. Because he's 50 seconds to go. He is winning. Yeah, I'd love to know what's going on in the crowd, because they seem mad keen on what's going on. They really do. And this fight is still going on. There's still 40 seconds. They're all on their feet. Everyone's standing up. Everyone's standing up on their feet. There we go. There's some shots from Chisora going in. Little short shots up close. 30 seconds left, people. Whatever the bout, both guys should retire. They absolutely should. They've made hard work of this. And there's a swing and a miss from Chisora with a right hand. Nobody home. Nobody home on that. They've got 15 seconds left. And judging by the way everyone is, I think we know what way this is going. Wilder comes to the UK again, and I think he beats Derek Chisora. There we go. Final bell. Wilder holds his hand up. They embrace at the end. That was wild. Wilder knows, he believes he's done it. He thinks he's done enough. I agree. I think he has done enough. I really do. But we must wait and see. They both should retire. They both should be retiring after that. They really should. They really should be retiring, calling it a day after that fight. They truly should be calling it a day after that fight. It was fun. It was decent. And people, there's 400 people in the building. Surely you enjoyed the commentary. Please consider hitting the like and hitting the subscribe button. I would greatly appreciate it. 400 people in the building. And we only have 178 likes. And please, I say, consider hitting the like and subscribe button if you enjoyed the comment. Oh, crap, I hit the mic. I keep forgetting it's there. I'm so used to talking into the normal mic. I'm so used to talking into it that I keep forgetting it's there. But yes, and I will play the scorecards at the end. Would you watch a what? Would I watch a rematch? Yeah, I would. I'd watch a rematch. It wasn't great, but I'd watch a rematch. It was good enough. It was fun. I enjoyed it. I don't think Chisora's getting this, man. I don't think he will. Wilder knows it. Great stuff. Thank you, my friend. Thank you. Chisora lost it. He knows he lost it. I bet odds on Wilder winning the decision. I wouldn't have come into my mind. Wilder, I thought one of them was going to get knocked out. I was wrong. It was horribly messy. Oh, you're right there. It was very bad. Yes, I think you're right, Adam Smith. I think it will be cleaner action. Do I have any water left? Yes, I do have some water left. Till this day. Till this day. So when they take a while, you know it's going to be close. I don't think they'll rob Wilder. I think he's winning this. I think he's got this fight. I think he's got it. I think he has. I think he has. Yeah, it would be interesting to see how they have scored it. Oh, I would pick Chisora to beat Dylan White. Definitely. Handily. Handily. I wouldn't even... You think it's going to be split? I don't think it will. But let's wait and see, man. I think it should be... I think it'll probably be closer than we think. But it's going to be Wilder for me winning this fight. I personally believe that. I hope it's not a draw. I really hope it's not that, man. I really hope. Because then that leaves the option for the rematch then. I really hope it's not a draw. Personally, I really hope that. I think it'll be split for Wilder. It should be unanimous. I hope it is unanimous. Let's wait and see. A draw would be wrong. I wouldn't like it to be a draw because it's not. Like you can't make a case for Chisora winning this fight. I don't think you can anyway. I mean, some people will do backwards maths and okay, here we go. Let me know. You can all hear that, I'm sure. That 8th round was unbelievable. Someone said, great channel. Thank you. I haven't... You can hear that, can't you? I'm sure you can. Let's go. Let's wait and see. You are kidding me. He had a draw. He scored the Fury, the first Fury fight. Please. The right man got the decision. Yeah, Phil Edwards, I'm nearly sure he was the judge who scored the Fury Wilder fight a draw, which ultimately cost Fury the win that night. Wilder wins. It was not a good... It was a good fight. It was not a good performance by either man, to say the least. What did TalkSport say? I don't listen to much what TalkSport say, to be honest with you. What did you guys think of that? For now, I am going to leave it there. That was a good watch along. We got some great numbers. I'm very, very happy with that. I think we did well. I am going to go and record my post-fight review. Go into a little bit more detail, have a chat about everything and this, that, and the other. So I would like to thank everyone who locked in. It was the correct result. Should have been unanimous, but ayo. Everyone who locked in, thank yous all. We are just shy of the 3-hour mark. But I thank yous all for locking in, staying with us, and I will be chatting to yous in roughly a half hour to go over this fight. I give my post-fight review. Let me know what you guys think in the comments section below. And as I always say, I will chat to you in a wee bit. I'm just going to turn it off so I don't want that in the shot. I will chat to you in a wee bit. Until next time, hit the like, which you've all been doing massively. And yes, I will chat to you soon. Have a great one for now. Peace.